Hello, hello. I am early today. It is 6 o'clock. I know I usually do 6:30. I have no clue why I set it up at 6 o'clock, but here I am. Marcia is here with me. She's actually
Hi,
outside with
gang.
the puppers.
No, I had to go change headphones,
Oh, okay. The puppers are outside. Marcia is inside.
and they're barking, so you're not subject to them.
They don't bother me.
Oh,
Oh, I live with three German shepherds and a min pin. That's why.
yeah, you
And the
got
neighbor has
almost as many pups as you got. Uh,
family, humans.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we have four dogs and three cats, so there's more animals than what there are humans.
Yeah.
And
You're
then the
being
neighbor
outnumbered.
has like the neighbor has like
Oh, jeez.
4 or 5 dogs outside.
Oh, but his are
I think they're
outside all the
planning on
time.
building most of the time. I think they're
Oh,
planning on building like a puppy mill or something.
oh, I hate that. Come on.
That's what I think personally.
What kind of dogs they got?
Um,
Come on.
I don't know.
You don't know the breed of the dog they got,
No.
other than Barky.
Yeah. Barking,
Yeah, a barking
noisy,
breed. Yeah.
noisy dogs. That's what they have.
Yeah. Hi, Diana.
Hi, Diana.
Have to fill up a water bowl because you know what goes out, you have to replenish. So I
Oh yeah.
just have to fill up a water bowl. Okay. Oh, your appearance for jury duty was canceled? Yay. Oh, goody. How nice. I don't have to do
Congratulations.
I don't have to do that anymore. I'm old enough I can say I just don't want to do it.
You're too old to do jury duty?
No, I'm not too old. I can just decline
Eh,
without any reason. In Florida, I think if you're 70 or 72, you can decline.
you just say, no, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
thank you.
No, thank
Like,
you.
you've been set up for jury duty. No, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Hi, Misty. I'm excited
Ah,
about finishing this off.
hi, Misty. You're debating?
I said I'm excited.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I'm debating on finishing this off. I'm never finishing it. No, no,
it's
I am finishing it.
it's pretty. Did you make a little pouch in the front?
No, not yet. I will.
Okay. You can tell I was outside. I'll be back. Hang on a second.
Excuse Marsha while she goes and coughs up a lung and gets expels all the pollen out of her body that she just absorbed while being outside. And I can sympathize with that. I'm allergic to most of my yard. My youngest grandchild, Oliver, came in and showed me a picture today. We moved here. I bought the house in 2018, and every year since I've been here, we've had this rogue cherry tomato bush growing. It started out, it was in my gardenia bush, growing in with my gardenia bush. And when the first year it came up, someone said, oh, it's okay. Tomatoes don't come back year after year. It'll be there this year. It'll be gone. No problem. And it has grown back every year. And then earlier this year, we didn't notice any plants from rogue growing. So we thought maybe rogue finally died. It did not.
He's stubborn and
Rogue
Phew.
came back.
Yay.
So we just call him Rogue because he's like the defiant bush that just won't go away. And we're not complaining. Oh, let me check the size of this.
Whew.
No, that won't work. That's too big.
I
Does
do
anyone
not
know
like.
what size a credit card is and a driver's license?
Well, let's see. Hang on.
Because, I
Little...
didn't bring such things down with me.
Oh, yeah.
I guess
Hang
I
on.
could Google too.
Hang on. I got my handy trusty ruler. And I got my credit card and driver's license right here in my hand. So let me measure. Well, now this is Florida. I suppose they're the same.
Yeah, I think they're the same.
Yeah. Hang on. Okay. 5.5 millimeters tall by, hang on, by 8.5, a hair over 8.5 wide. Just, I guess this is a little funky, is the driver's license. And the credit card is,
Same.
I think so. It may be a little fatter. I don't know. Let's see. Not 5.5 by, yeah, hair over 8.5. Yeah, centimeters, I mean. Hello. What'd they say? Millimeters? Dum dum.
You did.
Yeah. But you knew what I meant.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, they're the same.
Okay.
I have a case on my phone that carries just like a little pouch you're building, but it's got those magnets on it,
Uh-huh.
and it carries my driver's license, credit card, a few bucks, things like that. It's right in the back of my phone. So a lot of times I can lock up my purse in a place in the car real quick and just go inside with my phone. I got everything.
I'm just trying to prep my work so that I have it. Let me see if I do it 9.
Well, then you got to have sewing area too now.
I know. Let's see if I can get it that way. Ugh. Yeah, I'm hacking a hairball.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? We always thought cats had hairballs.
I live with
I
all
guess.
the animals.
Yeah. Well, you would have hairballs, yeah. Well, you know what? I'm glad I'm not allergic to dog dander or I'd be in deep doo-doo. Thank God these dogs have short hair because they shed a lot.
And I can actually make it a little, I can just make it 85 because, oh no, that was the wrong way. I don't want it, I made it long enough, height wise, 54. I'm going to make it 50 so they stick out the top. You get them out easy.
Yeah. So a half a centimeter. Or a half a centimeter is short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll just stick out a little bit.
Yeah.
Except I didn't add stitching for
Nope.
that one. Let me. Oh, that's good to know.
What?
From the center line to the edge
Uh-huh.
is 7 millimeters. So I don't want it there. I want it about halfway. Oh, there is a crosshair on there. Okay.
From what my one doctor told me, I probably won't, they probably will just monitor this and see if it gets bigger because it's still a tad small. They said it's not going to really do anything yet. So I'm saying, okay, that's good with me. Asked me if I was having any pain. I said, no, I didn't even know I had it. Hello.
Nah.
And
Mine
now
was excruciatingly painful.
oh, well, see, that's my problem. I don't feel kidney pain till it's really bad.
I don't feel any pain until it's really bad. But mine
Yeah.
was about the size of a pencil eraser. So there was absolutely no way to pass it.
Yeah.
It was not humanly possible for me to pass it.
Well, mine's a little over a quarter of an inch. Little, basically the same way that they could only get like one and a slight angle of another, so they don't know how, if it's deeper or whatever, They could only get one measurement really good. Because the kidney was blocking the rest of the bullshit. So, yeah.
You just have difficult kidneys.
Oh, my whole life. Since I was 7 and had nephritis. I was in the hospital for 6 months. Yeah, not my fun times.
If anyone has to go on dialysis, if they have the option of doing the peritoneal dialysis,
What's the
it
difference?
is usually they put ports in you and go through the veins,
Aha.
which can blow out. The veins
Mm-hmm.
can blow out on you.
Lovely.
Yeah. And so if you do peritoneal dialysis, it's in your abdomen, in your abdominal cavity.
Uh-huh.
So you're more likely to be able, well, you can do it by yourself at home.
Oh.
They basically set you up with the machine and all, and you still have a port in your abdomen, but at night while you're sleeping,
you can plug in and do it then.
You plug it in and it rotates basically a sugar solution in your abdomen, which then sucks out all the poisons. It filters your system that way. Because the vessels in your abdomen it's very vascular, and they can actually literally extract everything right there. That's what we did with my husband. But the thing with that is that you can still go places. You can go to your daughter's house and just take your machine and stuff and take enough stuff with you and do it at her house.
Yeah.
You just have to have a sanitized room, which she could do that for you. I think with the new, they do have a hemodialysis you can do at home, which is through your veins, because they just set you up with a port, a permanent, semi-permanent port.
Yeah,
But
I
the
know. I
veins are
had
just
one of
more
those.
likely to blow out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what they do with chemo, is you wind up with a port in you.
Yeah.
And ports blow.
Well, they had one that mine. I never had a problem with the port except where they. Oh, good. Hush. Get down.
And
I'm having a delivery. This is the package my son-in-law was expecting.
and with hemodialysis, you do it less
Cookie!
frequently. Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. You do it less frequently, but you have great restrictions on your fluid intake. And I am speaking from experience from 10 years ago. So if they've updated something and I find out about it, I would, obviously
Let
express that.
me. Yeah.
But so
Get
if
back.
you're on hemodialysis, you do it less frequently, but you're restricted on your fluid intake. With peritoneal dialysis, because you're doing it every night
Mm-hmm.
and the level at which it extracts everything out of your system, you don't have those limitations on fluids. My husband could drink anything he wanted
Ooh.
and without limitation, other
When
than
out
his
limitations
diabetes.
means like you can't drink alcohol, etc., like that.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean you don't drink a lot of water, right? Or no?
he could, if he were not a diabetic, he could have even had alcoholic beverages.
Mm.
Obviously because of your medications, they ask you not to.
Yeah. Well, my problem is, be lucky if I can take medications if I'm a diabetic.
And you would probably be okay with the insulin that Novo Nordisk has, because they have one that is a human growth hormone. I mean, it's human insulin, not growth
Ah.
hormone, but they do human growth hormone as well. It's a
Yeah.
human insulin that they grow, and basically they grow it. It is not synthetic.
Oh, yeah. That's probably I could take.
They grow
Natural stuff
human.
I can. Natural stuff it seems I can take. Anything they play around with or something like that, I can't seem to
In the
take.
industry, there's a big joke about if it can be grown outside the body, Novo Nordisk will.
Yeah.
They'll just grow it in a petri dish.
Yeah.
They did it with the human growth hormone. They were the first to manufacture human growth hormone that was non-synthetic.
I've got a. They've got a. It's Norvis or something like that.
Novo Nordisk.
Yeah. Okay. I've got. They used to have. The girlfriend I have that I used to sell with. Um. Her son, for some reason, was short, and
Oh,
they're
so he
not.
probably took the human growth hormone.
Yes. And I've got. They had little carrying cases.
Mm-hmm.
And cute little carrying cases actually. And they can be repurposed, as you say, into other things.
Yeah.
And yeah, so hence we now have. Okay, well, I'm glad she let me know.
Hi, Jennifer. A rainbow lady is here.
Oh, hi, Jennifer. I
Actually,
am opening my um, gift that is anniversary, Christmas, Mother's Day from my daughter.
oh, I know what that is.
It's my cameras.
Woo!
Yeah, but now I don't know what the hell. Oh God, I'm gonna have a ton of reading to do.
No, not mutant growth hormone, Jennifer. Human. We're not growing mutants.
Oh,
And here,
oh,
you guys want to hear something really cool?
what's that?
Over 30 years ago, I worked on those studies.
Mm.
I worked on consolidating the studies so they could be approved in the United States. They were approved in different parts of the world. The U.S. had not yet approved it for the general population. And so we took the 200 and something studies that had been conducted across the world
Wow.
plus the studies that have been conducted in the United States, and put all the data together to create a consolidated report to the FDA to show that the drug was safe. Oh, wow, I just cut my thread. That's interesting. It is actually widely used. It is used in human growth hormone, is not just used in helping people of short stature grow. It is also used in wound healing, because if they inject it localized in someone that has severe damage to their body and they're healing slowly, it can actually stimulate growth of the cells to make them heal faster. It is also used in fertility. In infertility, they will inject women who have fertility problems that are getting in vivo fertilization. They will inject them to make the fetus grow faster and adhere to, and they found greater success in women becoming pregnant with viable fetuses. And
Wow.
Let me see, wound healing, fertility, and it was used in girls with Turner syndrome to help
What's
alleviate Turner syndrome. Their XY. This is why I argue about the whole XY chromosome thing. They do not have the right chromosomes to. If you just went by the chromosomes, they would not be identified as female. They wouldn't be identified as male either.
Uh-huh.
That's why I say that gender is not the binary.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen the results, the testing on these people. But they are considered female because of the characteristics. They have more female characteristics than anything. They are infertile, but they have a boyish figure. Infertile, and they also have some other growth abnormalities where they may not be proportionate left and right side and stuff like this. But the human growth hormone helps them alleviate some of those oddities that come out of having Turner syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one for males. It's the same way, and I cannot remember the name of it because it wasn't on the study list that we did. That it's that where they look predominantly male, but their chromosomes are not right to say 100% you are male. So you predominantly have male chromosomes and you have male features, therefore you must be male.
Okay.
That's the way they put it. And so there's the one on the other side of that with the girls with you've got the girls with Turner syndrome, and you have the males that have this other syndrome. But it also helps with stuff like that. And it was funny because we were doing the studies, and it was a mix of all these different studies. And and I'm not telling any top secrets, everything on this have been publicized like 30 years ago. It was made public, it's in the study data. But one of the adverse effects of the growth hormone for short-statured people was a marked enlarged penis.
Was a what?
Marked enlarged penis. So this guy was taking the growth hormone to help himself have longer legs and longer limbs, to make him more of a natural height, or more of a quote normal height, and it made his penis grow. And I don't see where most men would consider that abnormal.
I wouldn't either.
Or problem.
Do you know where that shelfie thing, that clamp-on thing came out of? Was it Kentucky?
Hold on, I'll tell you. Uh, Actually, I don't know. It hasn't shown up on. Let me see. Did it show up on my shop thing yet? It'll show up on my shop thing if it is already shipped.
Donna says biscuits and gravy is my growth hormone.
Oh, I love me some. Oh, love me some.
Oh, I know. I like biscuits and gravy.
Oh, that's me shipping out. I've got something coming in from Cleveland, Ohio, but this was shipped out the 15th. So
No.
that's no, that wouldn't be it.
Well,
Uh,
let's see. When does it say? Orders.
so the company name.
It hasn't shipped yet. Doesn't
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, and it's really
It,
funny because when I look at my list and I click on it, it says, "Wait, this may have been purchased for you," and I have to tell it to show me that if it's been purchased, and it's like, you may have a gift coming. This has been purchased.
aha.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it's still saying Thursday, but then the only thing I know that is shipping,
If it says Thursday though, it may be at the warehouse here.
well, it says that it's ordered. It hasn't said shipping yet. It's ordered. And I got it this morning.
Yeah, and they may be looking at where is the closest warehouse to here that would have it.
And the only shipping information that I have received of a number of, hang on, is from USPS out of, I did not get my keychain today, hopefully tomorrow, which is out of, hang on, come on, pop up here, which is out of Louisville, Kentucky Distribution Center. So, and they said that it'll be delivered Friday by 9 p.m. But yet, Amazon, if it's the same item, Amazon says Thursday. So,
Yeah, and I'm not finding any information about where they're from.
yeah, I couldn't
Because
either.
unlike Etsy, Etsy says this will ship from
Yeah,
this
that,
location.
yeah,
Because while
yeah.
it says the brand, that doesn't mean that's who the seller
So,
is.
yeah, correct.
Let me see down at the bottom. No, that's not going to tell me where it's actually shipping from. Because even the country of origin doesn't mean anything.
She got me 2 mounts for my cameras. One of the syncing modules, which holds like 6 days worth of video, and you can download it from it if you want to. And then she got me 3 cameras. So I need 5 cameras, so I just ordered 3.
Okay, it's at an Amazon. They're checking which Amazon facility has it. Ships from Amazon. So
Aha.
therefore, it's at a warehouse. If this is one of the things they have in their warehouse, that's why they have a limited number of them.
Yeah. And it said Kentucky Distribution Center.
So yeah,
So
that might be the one that they found so far.
yeah.
Because I open up the stupid thing. Yes.
They
Was
haven't
this tell me if this was purchased? Yes, this item was purchased for you.
Yeah. 5319. Let's see. 5319. Come on.
And Louisville has a UPS hub. Yep.
Well, this is a USPS.
I am going to present my screen. Entire screen. Let me stop for a second.
It's not a UPS, it's a USPS. I hope they don't do what they did with my, because it's a big box, evidently. Hope they don't do what they did with my walker and hang on for it for a few days and turn it back. God, I hate that. That's all I'm going to say. And wait a minute.
I'm going to show my stuff. This is what Marcia got me. And it's towards the purchase of a, we're exchanging.
It's an add-on.
I'm making an add-on for her grandson's chess set. I'm making another playing board that's going to be two-sided. And so I have to let Marcia know which gaming boards I have, and she's going to put one on one side and one on the other, and then I'll stitch them together to make it a nice, neat two-sided board. So he will have checkers and chess on one, but then he'll have two other game boards. And it'll make it where I can put, because right now my laptop is on this. Let me see if my laptop, no. Where the coffee cup is about where my laptop area is. And then over where the napkins are, I have stuff.
And you got that little space in between to work with.
So I have this little space in between that I'm actually working out of. This, I can move my monitor here that I actually have sitting on the back of the desk here. It'll be up now. And then I can put my laptop up here. I've got a keyboard coming in. They had one on deals, $12 or $13. So I got it. And I already have a external mouse. I don't use the finger thing on the computers. I just don't. So I'll put my laptop and my monitor up here. So I have the two screens. I'll have my keyboard and mouse sitting over here somewhere out of the way, but I'll have it where I can move it somewhere. And so this will just open my space, and then I can put underneath here, I'll be able to use that to store some of my tools and stuff that I work with. And then on my list, I also have this one. These are smaller that would go on the sides of the table that I can, same thing. I can take some of the stuff that's on the table and move it up here and use stuff underneath it. So it will open more space. And I have two on my wish list. So I can put one on each side of the table, and just, that'll give me upwards mobility of being able to put stuff on. And I have these because this would help me organize the grommets, the rivets, the who's-its, the what's-its. I have all kinds of connectors and zipper pulls and everything like that I would put in these to organize my stuff. No, this is not the tools. This is the plastic. It's a plastic backboard, pegboard. And I'm pretty sure that I can mount this and make it go behind the shelves, which that means that some of the space I would be able to hang stuff on here and just give me more options. And these are cutting boards. This is what I use on my table all the time. And so I usually wind up having to replace those, and having them where they cover the entire board that table that I'm working on would be really cool. And I already went through those. I already showed those. I have these up twice. Let me see, was there something else? No, that, and that. That's all. And so I put them as highest priority on my wish list. So if someone were already going to buy something from me and wished to support me, they could go purchase one of these things off my wish list, which is pinned at the top of the chat. and put a note in there that says, Tori, this is me, and I want this. I'm buying this for money towards a leather good. And then I would take the price you paid for it and put it on my commission list as payment made towards a commission. If that makes sense. So that's what I plan on doing. So if someone was already going to be getting something from me, they can pay towards a commission by buying something, specifically one of these 4 items is what I really need right at this moment. Buying these off my board would help me greatly. Jambalaya. Last night, Oliver tested my recipe for jambalaya. Because I always made it from scratch, out of my head. And I've never had a written recipe for it. So I started working on putting it to paper so that I could share this recipe with other people. Because that's what we do, right? And Oliver used the recipe last night, which was super cool. And I don't know why I put this on both pieces, because I don't need it on both. Which way did I just move my needle? That's that one, okay. We don't go out and eat much. Well, when you have a family of 5, you can't go out and eat much. Not when lunch for 3 is $40. The only place we can actually go out and eat and not break the bank is there's a place here called Fried Tomato Buffet. And from what I understand, they show up in other places as well. It is home cooking. It is as close as you're going to get to home cooking. I can. And they're also, if you go to the top of the chat and you'll see the black box, if you click on that black box, it'll have a link to my list in there. But I will share that screen again anyway. That screen. And this one, it's just it's a large cutting board. With 18 inches, it gives about 6 inches that wouldn't be covered, and that's okay. That's usually what I keep on the back side of the thing anyway, where I put all my supplies. So yeah. Is that good? Oh, yeah, I need to take that off. And yes, I did. They have some of these shelves that are on Prime Day, but they cost more money. And I try to be a spendthrift when it comes to stuff like that. Okay, I try to be cheap. Because that was like, I found like the one that has been ordered, that Marsha ordered for me. I found one that was a little bit longer, but the pricing difference between a 45 inch and a 55 inch, I didn't feel that 10 inches was worth the price difference. So I didn't put that up as an option. Hi, Elizabeth. Okay, then I am going to unshare. And Elizabeth, these are my wish list is pinned at the top of the chat. It's the little black box. You click on it, it expands. And I was saying that purchasing items, especially these highest priority items for me, goes towards the purchase of whatever leather good somebody wants. So literally, if someone bought this, and this one is 2 of these boxes, it's not just one. It gives me 2 boxes. It's a 2-pack. So if someone bought this, they would get $44 in credit towards a leather item, or me to make an item, whether it be a beaded item or which I don't really do beads for money, other than the crucifix, the rosary, but a custom rosary or me sewing something for them, though they would get a $44 credit. So that's how I'm doing that.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry. I had a phone call and it didn't let me go back in to tell you.
That's okay.
Oh,
I figured that something was going on and you needed to be quiet, so you
yeah.
were quiet, and that's fine. But I also knew you were waiting for phone call too, and I didn't know,
No, it's not the one I was waiting for.
because
Mm.
sometimes people work late,
Hi,
So
Elizabeth. Sorry I didn't see you when you came in. I was a little under the whatever.
you were talking.
Yeah. I was chatting. Well, my daughter sent me my cameras, but she only sent me 3 out of 5. But she got me all the other bits and pieces I needed. So I just went and bought 2 plain add-on cameras.
Ah, she bought you a 3-pack instead of a 5-pack.
Yeah, well, the 5-pack see didn't come with the extra bits.
Oh, trade off.
Yeah.
You either get a
So
3-pack with the extra bits, or you get a 5-pack of just cameras
yeah. And I needed the extra bits.
and the
So
extra 2 cameras.
yeah, and the extra 2 cameras. So I just picked up 2. It's not bad. So when my son-in-law gets back next Sunday, during the week when he's here in the evenings,
You're gonna make him earn his sleeping space, huh?
you got it. Ah,
And I say that with a laughter because Marcia would let him stay there if she had nothing for him to do.
oh yeah. He's got his own room. Are you kidding? It's
But it's
called
just
Robert's room.
Robert's room.
Robert's room.
Roberto's room.
Yeah. He's got his clothes. He's got. He has. What is it? A Switch thing? Game thing. I
Nintendo
think.
Switch.
Yeah. He's got that. He's got a few other things. Yeah. He's got a TV in here.
Oh gosh, he's like moved
Hmm.
in.
Mm-mm.
He's got a whole moved in setup.
The
Like,
the TV is mine. The bed with the really firm mattress is mine. Um,
but he basically is moved in part time.
yeah, he's part
With
time. Because he has the other stuff at home. This is the stuff he keeps down here. Now, if he travels, he takes the stuff here with him. But other than that, no, it stays here pretty much. And a lot of times, if he has deliveries, it gets delivered faster to here than to their house. So he has it delivered here if he can get it here before he leaves. Because I just picked up his second package got delivered. That's what the dogs were barking their full head off. I had to go mute there for a bit. His package was delivered.
you shouldn't look at the light because then you go like you can't see.
Yeah. Elizabeth's getting ready to make dinner.
Yeah, I saw that she's making tacos.
Tacos again.
I was
Oh,
ignoring the fact that she's making tacos.
yeah.
Those
Oh, God.
numbers.
Are you stitching it? You're just whip
I'm
stitching
stitching
it?
it to the stitches.
Oh, you're sticking. Yeah, whip stitching. Okay.
But this is the hard part because this is where I've got to make sure that I catch both layers because I have it
Yeah.
overlapped in the back.
Yes. Yeah. That's a lot of layers back there.
And these stitches are snug. So, yeah, tacos.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I couldn't eat a good taco right now. Nope, nope. I could. I mean, yes, yummy yummies, but I can't.
How come?
My mouth hurts.
Oh.
And this is waxy thread. Waxy, waxy thread. Come on. Through the layers. Boom. Bada boom. Okay, she must be using voice to text because she called us Troy and
Troy
Marshall.
and Marshall.
But I hear that
Hello,
David
Stephen.
is around. Hi, Stephen.
Hope you're having a great day, Stephen.
He could be eating tacos. It's going to be a great
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Holy cow. Yeah.
Homemade tacos. Mmm.
Mmm. Yeah.
I want me some tacos.
Oh.
I
Jennifer likes
wish
soft shell. Jennifer evidently likes the soft shell tacos.
hey, I could do a soft shell, but it's not the same.
No, I like the crunch. I like crunchy snacks for some reason.
hmm Oh, when I'm road tripping,
Hmm.
that I have to have something crunchy to, and it's really hard to find healthy crunchy snacks.
Yes.
Especially when you can't eat nuts.
Oh yeah, you can't.
So a lot of the crunchy snacks that would be on the healthier side are snacks I can't eat.
Oh no. I was told I have to watch my salt intake now because of a kidney stone, and I looked at him and I said, "You don't understand. I got a problem with that." And he looked at me and I said, "I'm not a sweet snack person. I more than likely like salty snacks." And he says, "Well, I'm not telling you you have to leave it out, but you got to be careful." So,
Now, one of the things I can eat and often will eat are the frosted mini wheats.
mhm.
I can eat those like popcorn,
Yeah, they're a good snack.
and they're good fiber.
Yeah. And if you drink enough water at the same time, they become
Whole
really
meat.
great.
Yeah, because if you eat them without drinking anything, your mouth
Oh,
will be a little
oh,
dry.
yeah. Your whole body. God, that dog, I'm gonna
Hey,
murder.
hey, 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 hey! Something's out here. The frog farted again. Dogs love them.
I just screamed at her and she's, Cookie, don't you dare.
With the
Get back
frog,
here.
I heard it. I heard the frog.
Yeah. Jesus, dog. Don't look at me for love. I don't want to give you love for barking. Get down.
No
Back.
reward for barking.
Away. She comes for love.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right. Not when you're barking and I'm yelling at you. Are you kidding me? I am not going to give you love and appreciation for that. Nope.
So now they just gave me the information on where the trailer is. So I need to contact them and make sure the tires are in good condition.
Now, you're not having to pay storage charges, are you?
No, I need to go get it before they start. I had 90 days. They didn't tell me this when the insurance company picked it up. They did not tell me it was free for 90 days. So 60 days into it, they say, by the way, we've got to get it out of there before the 60 days, the 90 days is up, or you have to start paying fees.
I would think it would be 90 days from date of notice of this.
Yeah. So everybody thought everybody told me everything and no blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But at least I didn't have to pay the initial storage fee from the police impound yard
Yeah.
because that was a nice sum
That's
of money.
yeah, that should have been paid by insurance.
It was. But
Okay.
see, originally the policeman told me that it would be waived. And then he came back and had to apologize to me and tell me he misspoke because it was not used in a crime, in a crime that's being investigated.
Oh, they aren't investigating who stole it.
No, because because it had been sitting so long since they found it, and it gone through so much weather that any evidence that might have been there is gone. Because if they would have broken into it,
Mm-hmm. Would have been a whole different
they
story. Yeah.
might have been able to get some evidence out of the inside.
Right.
But they didn't pop my locks.
Now, let me ask you a question. Will the insurance pay to have this spray paint that they police put on it and all that crap taken
They
off?
said it's actually not spray paint; it's a wax. Because I did make comment because she sent me pictures and said, tell us if there's anything going on here. And so I
Uh-huh.
said something about the red spray paint. She goes, it's actually not spray paint. It is a wax that they use so they can identify it, and it washes right off.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, okay, if you say so.
As soon as you get home, I would check the water tightness of that sucker.
Yeah. See if we got to do something about that because I don't know. Because I always store it at an angle. So it's always stored, you know, sitting
With
like
a tip.
not
Yeah,
flat. It sits
flat.
like this. So
Yeah,
everything rolls off of it.
right.
I don't know how it was sitting.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking about getting some of that wrap type stuff and putting it on it. But I do want to paint it some obnoxious color
So it's really identifiable.
or paint it some colors and then telling Ollie to go for it.
Let him tag it like crazy, huh?
Um, make it unique. Put
Yep.
my Leatherwork information on it. Transition my logo onto it. Stuff to make it totally stand out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I absolutely want that.
Yeah, so then it's
Because
no longer a generic trailer that they can steal and
yeah,
look like every other one.
because that was one of the first things the police said. Is there anything unique about your trailer? And I'm like, no, it's just a plain old boring white trailer.
Yeah.
And he's like, it makes it hard.
Yep. The more unique you make it, the better off you are. It starts sticking out like a sore thumb, as they say. Jennifer says purple.
Oh yeah, there will be lots of purple on it because There might even be a unicorn on it.
Yeah. So Ollie's an artist, huh?
Ollie does art, yes. And
Uh-huh.
Ollie, there's some of Ollie's art that I find remarkable. Um, Ollie has done. Ollie did one. Actually, I can show it. Let me pull it up. It's one that I love it. There's something about it that it speaks. You'll see. It speaks for itself. It says something extremely loud and clear, in my opinion, when you look at it, and you'll
Okay.
either get it or you won't. It's her. And this came at a very specific time in our. Okay, everything else is off.
I can't really.
Well, I mean, I could turn it sideways, but that's going to make it where it's sideways now.
Yeah. Oh God. I just. Looks like it. Like it. Is that a nude woman?
Yes. And you see this?
Yes, I saw that. I was not going to comment on that.
You know what that is?
Yeah, it's tape over her mouth.
Uh huh. It's a political statement.
Statement. Yeah. You can sex size him. She can't. She's not allowed to talk about it,
Uh huh.
basically.
Yep. You know, it's like
Sexualize her.
quit quieting. You quiet us. Stop it.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
quiet the women. Please stop.
Yep.
And that was because I mean I bought Ollie the books that had naked bodies in it so Ollie could learn how to draw the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the reality is you cannot properly draw a clothed body unless you can draw an
Uh,
unclothed body.
yeah.
You know, and Ollie has said, "Can I draw this?" And you know, and there's another one, but I won't show it because it's not PG.
Uh-huh.
So
Not family friendly.
that one doesn't show anything. The other one does. It shows
Uh-huh.
full on breast because
Uh-huh.
it's a face facing forward.
Forward. Yeah. I like that.
And
Yeah,
Ollie does.
sexualizes, but keep it. You're trying to keep sexualizes, but keep us quiet. Yeah.
Yep.
No.
And
No.
so Ollie has done oil and water, acrylic, pencil, charcoal, a combination of all of the above. And that's what's kind of cool about it because Ollie doesn't have a singular. This is what you have to do.
Yeah.
And I bought all the different things, and Ollie's like, "Well, I've never worked with this," and I went, "Doesn't mean you don't want to." And
All
Ollie
right.
just, I said, "The only way you're going to find out what you like and dislike is to use it and do it." And then Ollie has now started digital art as well.
Aha.
So I got
What
our
the heck?
Ollie iPad because there's a program on there and it's called Procreate.
Huh.
So most people call it Procreate, like as in make babies procreate,
Uh-huh.
but it means professional creations, Procreate. And it is for Apple's for artists that do digital art.
Uh-huh.
And so because you can do all kinds of unique stuff with it. So Ollie has been working with that to create another layer to his artwork.
That sounds interesting. I like that.
And has learned that if he decides to sell artwork, he is not selling original artworks
Yeah.
unless someone's paying a very nice sum of money to get an absolute original.
Right. Jennifer says, mad respect to Ollie. I stayed in pen and ink, predominantly pencil, marker, etc.
Yeah. I've bought all kinds of different mediums for Ollie to use as a way to expand the horizons of, yeah, you can do art, but where, what do you really like to do? What is your best art? What medium do you like best? I don't know. This is what I've used. Well, let's expand
There's
on
a
that.
lot of other stuff there. Yeah.
Let me get you water paints. And Ollie has done, you do this oil painting and then go back in places that were not painted, use watercolors to
Mm.
create
Yeah.
shadowed effects.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ollie has done that, or start out with a watercolor and do something, and then oil paint on top of it after
Top
it's
of it,
dry
dried,
to
thoroughly
create
dried.
this
Yeah.
dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Ollie has done that.
When I was a kid lived down the street. He was a lot older. Down the street, down the road, down the whatever. Because the houses were not close together. They lived on a farm, and his dad had two barns. One was for animals, and the other one just held a whole bunch of tools and all that kind of junk. Well, they also had a welding thing there. He was into making stuff and piddling around. He wound up doing art and welding, and he made some gorgeous things before I left. Oh, but it was all stuff he found that he welded up and made.
Mm, that's kind of
It made,
cool.
yeah, made it look. One, he made it look like a horse, and it was wild. For the back of the hip, he set a hubcap in there just to make that round certain area of the rounded part.
Hmm.
And it was wild how he did it. I remember some things. It was just
That's
crazy.
kind of like that little alligator I gave Robbie from Dragon Con. Someone took nuts and bolts and
Yeah.
bike
Yeah.
chain and all this kind of stuff and made, and I that kind of art, those kind of things, they don't click in my brain as to, you can do this, how would you do it,
Yeah.
but I find them fascinating.
Yeah. He just he could see stuff and said, "Oh, I can use that for that and that for that."
Yeah,
It
yeah, who
just
looks at a
clicked.
hubcap and says, oh, that's the back haunches of a horse?
Course. Yeah. He does. Yeah.
That's not normal.
And
There's
he
the
if
back
the
haunches of a horse.
if farmers were, sometimes they'd put stuff out on the edge of the road for uh the county once,
One
and I
man's
think they
trash is
came
another
the
man's
man's
treasure.
treasure. Oh yeah, they would put it out, like start putting it out a week before the county would do it because it was once a month, and he would go like 2 days before or the day before the county came, and man, he'd be raiding that stuff like crazy, throwing it in the back of his truck. Yeah, hello. Oh, Jennifer says you are giving birth to your art and smiles.
Yeah. And I come from
Charcoal,
a family that does a variety of arts,
yeah,
either
char,
musical or otherwise.
yeah, charcoal and red version had me cursing. Too easy to smear. Ah,
Yep.
Conti, I believe, and nod. Sculpture is a medium I respect, but wouldn't attempt for me. Painting, same way. Yeah, he did great. Interesting looking stuff. Out of the craziest junk you wouldn't think would fit, you know.
I did some sculpting stuff when I was a lot younger, but with my ADHD brain, it did not work well because I can finish sculpting today, but I can't touch it. I have to let it dry. And that didn't work good with my ADHD brain because I want it done now.
Yes.
I want to sit down, I want to sculpt it, and then I want to hand it over to you finished
Yep.
today. And
Today.
you can't do that.
Yep. I just realized I had my stupid wristband on still from the
Your
because
appointment.
it's a you know teaching hospital,
Ah,
and so they give you when you minute you go in and register to whichever building you're going into, because it's a big section of downtown, and the hospital's another section, and then they got all kinds of medical offices all the way around. You get this ID bracelet, so wherever you walk, they know where you're supposed to be going and all that kind of stuff.
so you know what I'm doing, so people can understand what I'm doing. I'm catching right here. I'm catching the stitch line from where I sewed the layers together yesterday. I'm catching this one stitch and then going into here, and that's how I'm whip stitching it. Because I know you can't see it from the distance what I'm doing.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
see me doing something, so I'm not messing up the outside, but that stitch line is what I'm stitching to.
When
So
I was in for architecture, I had to do models as part of the degree. My skills on the computer rendering were way stronger than my modeling skills because I don't have a surgeon hand. Yeah.
and see, Ollie started out learning to hide the parts he doesn't do well. So hands, faces. He started out hiding that.
Hmm.
Then he found that he could do faces, but he could only do one. He couldn't do them symmetrical at all.
Well, faces
So,
aren't symmetrical.
well, no, like way not symmetrical. So
Oh, okay.
he would do half of a face and cover it.
Hmm.
They have a hair hanging down, a hat over it. They're standing behind a wall or something like
Hmm.
that. Show half of a face.
Hmm.
And so he's evolved in that, in the way
Hmm.
he does things. Started out, and then he would have half of a hand showing. So he would have like this part of the hand showing,
Yeah.
where they would be holding on to something, and so you'd just see this the knuckles to the knuckle part,
Hmm.
because this
Yeah.
part looked good, this part looked stupid, this part looked good, so he would make it with
Yeah.
their hand curve.
Yeah.
So it's been an evolution of watching this child grow.
Hmm.
I have a
And
lot of cardboard box art,
if he practices, he'll get the hands down eventually. It'll
oh
just
yeah,
sometimes takes time.
and he'll take a cardboard box and cut it open and tape it back together inside out, because the inside has nothing on it. The inside has no print on it. And he'll
Right.
paint
Yeah.
on that. He'll draw and paint on cardboard.
Hmm.
Save his canvases for the big stuff.
Hmm.
He has one piece of cardboard that has all kinds of stuff on it. I told him he can't throw that stuff away, though. I said, that's part of your art. You can't throw it away. You save it.
No. Yep.
Somebody will pay big money for that one day if you become famous.
Yep. Jennifer says when I would draw hair, fur, and leaves like in a forest would drive me crazy because I would want to draw each individual part in 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 piece of it.
Yep.
The part, every little part and piece of it. Yeah. They
It's one
used
of
to
the reasons
teach
why
me.
I can't do that kind of art.
Yeah. They used to teach me to draw things upside down so that your brain is not trying to go ahead and fill things in as opposed to draw what you see. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm too detail oriented to do that kind of work.
I'm not a good hand artist by hand, with my hands. I can create stuff with sewing and things like that.
Well, that's still your hands.
Yeah, but it's not
Different kind of
in
art.
a yeah, it's a different kind of art. But I cannot per se draw, you know.
And my mom, having never painted before, turned around after she retired and took one of the classes taught that teaches the Bob Ross style of painting.
Hmm.
And the next thing you know, my mom's making paintings
Mm.
and giving them away for Christmas presents.
Yep.
She'd have people come over and they'd start looking at her books. She goes, well, which ones do you like? and they would point out ones that they liked, and my mom would write it down, and that's what they got for Christmas.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, it's but she, retired and then started painting.
Yeah. Well, Grandma Moses was old when she started. Even architecture, they had yellow trace paper, but they called it yellow trash. That a lot of times people would do their sketches on that before they went to do it on a clean white sheet.
Yep.
Yeah.
All we use is cardboard. I went in there one day and he had found one of these. Oh, I got in a refrigerator. That's what it was. I bought one of those little refrigerators,
Mhm.
dormitory refrigerators for traveling.
Yeah. Mhm.
And we were throwing the box out, and Ollie goes, "Okay, I'll take care of it." I didn't think anything of it. I thought Ollie cut up the box and threw it away. No,
Mhm.
Ollie opened the box and was painting on the inside of it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Drawing and painting, and painting and drawing. I
Sure.
let him raid my acrylic paints.
I got to look on Facebook Marketplace for a used little dormitory refrigerator because he's driving me crazy.
Are you going to set one up for him and say, "Here's your stuff"?
Nope.
Or are you going to set up one that you can hide stuff in?
Uh-huh. Exactly. I'm
Like
going to
what you
have to
took
put,
out for dinner?
well, no, dinner he hasn't been messing with what I take out. I just tell him, look, I took out what's for dinner,
Except for
it's
Sam.
thawing. Leave it alone. It's his drinking. He's into all the sugary, sweetie things. And I have stock in stuff because it's better to buy it in bulk.
Mm-hmm.
But he's rating it like crazy.
Mm. Yes, you need to
And
be able to put
I'm
certain
going to put,
amounts out and say, "This is your." That's what my mom had to do with my uncle. She kept all his groceries at her house
hmm
because they live next door to each other. And every day she would take over his food and she would prepare his meals and put them on the plates. They were microwavable plates so he could warm them up
yep,
because he would, when the last time she actually had food in his house, he ate like 3 days worth of food in one day.
oh yeah,
And when you're on a fixed income, you can't do that.
you, I, yeah. Some of the stuff he drinks is like $3 a bottle. And I buy enough for 30 days, basically. And he went through, in 10 days, he went through 30 days worth of stuff.
And that's when you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I bought enough for the month. What happened to him?"
No, I've just told him because I now keep an eye on it. And I told him, I said, you've already had it. But the problem is he forgets and goes gets another one. And because I don't have the camera set up yet,
Yep.
I don't know he's
And so,
doing it.
and that's why you have to have one of the rooms that you can lock him out of, that you can keep at, create a pantry,
That's it.
basically.
That's what I'm doing. I'm going to use my poor sewing room is getting full of stuff. Um, I'm going to put it in there and see he likes the things cold. But I'll have it cold for him, but I won't put it out in the refrigerator until in the morning.
And put out that day's worth of stuff
Worth.
and put
You
something new
got
in
it.
the refrigerator to get cold for the next day. I,
Right.
I hear you. I hear you. And it's some people will have their opinions of it, but it's what you have to do when you have someone who doesn't have the memory to remember what they did or didn't eat that day, and it's
Right.
the way to control, to stop them from basically killing themselves with food and drink.
Yeah. hmm Yep.
You're doing the best you can do
Like
with what you've got.
six bananas in less than 8 hours.
Now see, I could do that. Now I can eat me some bananas.
But he thought they were no good and put them in the garbage can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not healthy to eat. I don't eat 6 bananas in 8 hours, but I could because I love me some bananas. Well, I'm
If you
fixing
want good art supplies, go to any college, art college, when it's time that they move out.
it. Ooh,
Particularly the art buildings themselves or the dormitories. You'd be surprised what they get rid of
I'll
before
have to
they,
find out about that.
Yeah. And yes, Julia Childs was old when she was cooking. Yes, this is because of his Alzheimer's CPR.
Trash to treasures is nothing. Trash to treasure. Hey, when did Phil sneak in here?
Yes.
Hi, Phil. I didn't know you snuck it in here.
Yeah, he snuck it in here. Yeah, he forgets he just drank one. I caught him drinking one and this morning, and I went to go, okay, put my makeup, a little bit of makeup on. I don't wear much, but I figured, hey, the doctor's not going to see me looking like a complete flake. So I put a little on, walked out, and I said, Ed, you've already had over your, quota. He says, I haven't had any today. I said, Ed, I just talked to you in the kitchen when you were having one. Didn't remember it at all.
And I'm guessing that labeling them with each day's name on them wouldn't help either.
No.
Because he
Mm-mm.
would ask why you forgot to label one for today.
Yeah,
But he also would have to remember what day of the week it
it
is.
is. Yeah, which he doesn't. He doesn't know what month it is, what year it is, what day it is. Date or day of the week. Well, Phil, he's more in the way advanced stages. If you take medicine for it, you can really prolong this. But my husband refuses to take any medicine, period.
Yeah, there's a difference because you take your medicine, I'm guessing, and he won't.
Yep.
Because he
Hmm.
also doesn't think there's anything wrong.
Yeah.
And so
He's
there's a difference.
he's in denial. Yeah.
There's a difference between saying, oh, I'm going to have to deal with this and I'm going to take my medicine and I know this is what I'm dealing with. So I'm going to do everything I can to take care of myself is
Nope.
different than saying, there's nothing wrong with me. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
we dealt with that with my uncle because even though he was diabetic and he was taking medicine for diabetes, he would tell you he wasn't diabetic.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the better people for it are the people that say, okay, I've got this. Let's treat it in the best way possible
Yes.
that's better for me. Okay? My husband doesn't do that. He refuses to take any medicine.
See, there's the difference, Phil.
And Phil's in the very beginning and he does take his meds. That will prolong you a big time, Phil.
And with the new advancements they're starting to make,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
especially for people in the earlier phases, taking those medicines is a key.
Yep.
And
Yes.
we will always be here to encourage you to please keep those medicines.
Yep. And get into a habit of setting them out if it's in a little tray or whatever, so that you look at the tray and say,
Oh, Marcia, we just lost Marcia. Hi, MZ. I'm on the finishing stitches here. I'm sewing in the sweatband, but I did need to ask you, MZ, do you hand stitch? Do you know how to hand stitch? Because if so, I will send you extra sweatband material. That way, if this gets gross, you could take it out and replace it. This leather holds its shape so well. I'm guessing Marsha will be back momentarily. I'm wondering if her phone decided to crap out or do an update or something. Hold on a minute. I just got a message from her. No, where did you go? You just popped off the live. Come back. She sends me a message that says, "Where did you go?" And we know this happens with StreamYard sometimes because Kendra has had problems with this happening. Well, I can send some extra sweatband material if you want. I am literally just stitching it. I'm catching the stitch here and then catching the sweatband material there and just hand stitching it right in. And so I can send an extra band. That way you can take it out, whip another one in, wash the old stuff, because nobody wants a hat with a sweatband that is super, super, super stinky. Well, look who decided to come back and join us.
No, it popped me out and it wouldn't let me back in. I had to completely disconnect everything, go away, go all the way out to the
That
middle of
sounds
the
like a
road.
Kendra issue. Seriously,
Go,
Kendra's had those kind of issues.
yeah, it just wouldn't let me back in. What the hell is going on?
So I am going to send MZ another hat band. Also, if it's too big for him, you can actually put something behind the sweatband in the back to take up space. There's multiple things you can do.
Hi, MZ. When I popped out, I just saw you pop on and I was going crazy and I realized I wasn't there. Not fun. Oh.
But I got the stuff for his secret compartment wallet, and I'll put him up a key fob.
Yeah. Phil, the new heart med you're on that gives you a headache from heck, um, is it just till you get used to it, or is that kind of maybe a permanent side effect?
And have you told the doctor? Let me see something.
No, 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 no. I don't want to be known as Jeannie, please, Diana. No,
That's
no,
a
no, no.
whole nother person we don't want to be.
No. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. I'm not a genie.
Google search for this.
I don't know what happened with my, it just dropped me. Bingo. I know what it was. It was MZ booted me out. When she came in, she booted me out.
Oh, MZ kicked you. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
oh, that hurt. That hurt.
Okay, headaches are a side effect.
Oh, maybe they should get you something else, Phil, that doesn't cause you that side effect.
It reduces the workload on the heart. That's why they like it. It
Yeah.
relaxes the blood vessels and increases the supply of blood and oxygen to the heart while reducing its workload.
Yeah,
So,
but is there something they could do for the headaches?
yeah, I'm not reading that far into it. I just read the side effects.
Yeah. Mm. Oh, it's the nitrates.
How many do you take it once a day? Because if it's something you take once a day and you know you're going to have a headache that comes on a certain amount of time after you take it, and the headache lasts a certain amount of time, if it's okay for you to take it at night so that you go to sleep before the
Oh,
headache is on, you're more
yeah.
likely to sleep through that side effect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the doctor is aware.
Okay.
There wasn't any notation next to headache that says call your doctor. You have to be taken off the meds. So yeah.
He says, yeah, once a day.
So
Now,
is the headache temporary, or is it like all day? You just keep a headache the whole time.
or is it in the beginning and as the day wears on, it slacks off? Just started today.
Okay.
Oh,
So find out if you can take it in the evenings.
yeah.
Because if you take it, like if you normally go to bed at 10 o'clock and you take it right at bedtime, you
And
may
it
sleep
doesn't,
through the worst of the headache.
yep.
But Tylenol, even Tylenol long term, is not great for your kidneys.
No. I'm not allowed to take any of that.
No over the counter pain relief is good long term.
Nope.
Okay. No pain relief is good long term.
Yeah.
They all have, it's a trade off.
Yeah. I can attest to that one. I'm not allowed to have Advil, Tylenol, any of that. And as a matter of fact, they don't even like me taking aspirin. Would you believe?
Hmm.
So if I even take aspirin, I use baby aspirin, and I'll take one baby aspirin, which is what, 81 milligrams,
Something like
and then
that.
I may take the second one, you know, and hopefully it's enough to ease it up so that I can deal with it.
And make it tolerable pain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited.
You need to watch when you take natural meds when you're taking stuff for the heart because you
Yes.
don't know the interaction.
Definitely talk to your doctor about
Wi-
interactions with anything you take.
Yeah, even
Um,
the over the counter, homeopathic, natural meds, anything. And the willow bark falls in the homeopathic and natural.
Let me see.
So,
With
because a lot of my life has been on homeopathic and uh, natural cures because I can't take the antibiotics.
you cannot take Advil or ibuprofen or naproxen with willow bark.
Yeah,
Also, you should avoid it with certain seizure medicines, such as Dilantin. Huh.
yeah. There's interactions between those things, and you got to be very careful.
You should be careful when taking it with any kind of blood pressure medicine.
Oh yeah.
But everything that, I mean, you can't eat grapefruit if you take blood pressure medicine.
Well, I
Well, you
can't
can
eat
eat,
grape.
you should not eat grapefruit when taking blood pressure medicine because it will make them less effective or totally ineffective. So definitely talk to your doctor,
Hmm.
or if you know a pharmacist is familiar but someone that absolutely understands the side effects of medicines and the counterindications of taking multiple meds.
Yeah. I just got a notification that 5 more people in the U.S. got diagnosed with the bird flu.
Shh. Then
Mm-hmm.
avoid birds.
Yeah.
How are they getting it?
I didn't click on it to see. I just got notified.
I guess I need to look at that. How do people get bird flu? Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah, Phil, when the
How
heart
do
doctor
humans
looked.
get bird flu?
Hi, Flutter.
Humans can get bird flu, also known as avian influenza, through close contact with infected birds and other animals like dairy cows without protective gear. It can be in the animal's saliva, respiratory droplets, droppings, mute. Okay, so if you're around animals, birds specifically, and farm animals, don't be touching their poop without gloves on, okay? Wear a
Mm-hmm.
mask. Don't breathe it in. There.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Flutter.
Uh-huh. I said it quietly because you were vocalizing to Google.
I know. I was voice to texting Google to find out the information because I was too
Yeah.
lazy to type it.
And I didn't want Google to pick me up as you because I've had that happen. Hmm.
Oh, yucky. Puppy with ear
Oh,
infection.
oh, poor baby.
You're gonna have to
How
get
did?
one of those headbands to put on her when you give her a bath in blow dryer.
Yep. And you're gonna have to watch because I had a dog that was susceptible to those. And the minute she started rubbing her ears, it was vet time. Because the earlier you catch it, the better off you are. Flutter, does she have floppy ears? Yeah, but are her ears floppy? Do they hang down and cover the pink part of her ear? Okay, it holds the moisture in there, which is a perfect breeding ground for that.
Yep.
So you're going to might want to every now and then take 70% alcohol, put it on a little cotton ball, and just kind of wipe the ear out in
Um.
the outside and
Can
a little
can
bit.
dogs
It
eat
helps.
yogurt?
Huh?
Can dogs eat
Yeah,
yogurt?
yeah. But
Right. The Chobani yogurt has the active enzymes that would help prevent any kind of yeast infection from
infection.
growing.
Yeah, but if you dry out that ear, also it would help
Yeah.
because the floppy down ear keeps the moisture in there, which makes it a perfect breeding ground,
We
nice
had
and moist.
one of Coda's ears when we first got Coda. He had one ear that would stand and one ear that was kind of floppy,
And the floppy one would get it. Yep.
and so Lily made sure that his floppy ear was always clean. But
Yep.
we figured out his floppy ear was caused from bad diet. They were feeding him a heavy grain food.
Oh, not good.
No, not for him.
No. Yeah.
And she switched foods, and now both of his ears had got to where both of his ears were perking up just fine. There were some
Yeah.
other indications that he was having a allergic reaction to the food.
Yeah.
Oh, constant scratching, that kind of stuff
Yeah.
that they just ignored.
Yeah. A lot of it's wheat.
And
That's
so
why my
she
daughter's dogs don't eat. She has a non-grain dog food.
we started trying out different dog foods, buying a bag that would last about a week and trying him on it to find out which one was the right one for him. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do now? The hat, it's finished.
Oh,
Next.
well, no, just make it moist, not drippy, and wipe the whole ear, even partially in down in there. Just don't, you know, let the alcohol like run in it, but just dry it out.
Yeah, make it damp, not
Yeah, make
drippy.
it, yeah, damp, not drippy, and just wipe out the whole ear.
Because they used to do that with my uncle. My uncle did yard work, and he would sweat a lot, and so he wound up getting a lot of ear infections, and
Oh
to the
yeah.
point that his part of his daily routine was when you come in from working in the yard and you take your bath, because he would lay down in the tub and soak his whole body, including his
Hmm.
head.
Yeah.
When you come out of the tub, dip your dip swabs, Q-tips, in alcohol, and then squish the extra out, and then clean his ears with it.
Well, there's also like a, um, I think it's, I don't know if it's called dry out or something like that, that a lot of swimmers use
Yep, the stuff. Yep,
that dries out the ear. I
which
don't
is
know if,
basically it's alcohol type thing
yeah,
because
it's an
it'll mix in the
alcohol
back
with,
fast.
yeah.
Cleaning up some
All
wax.
right, Phil, enjoy your supper. Hope to see you later.
Yeah, buddy. See you later, Phil. Come back and sit.
On a good note, Flutter says she's been eating her pixie sticks.
I bet you have been, and I bet you're not even sharing them with Lily.
Oh, I can, yeah, I can definitely figure that.
I got a hat.
Oh, that is a beautiful. Oh, MZ,
I got
you
wax.
here? MZ, you here?
MZ, MZ, MZ. Oh yeah.
MZ, let me know if you're here. Nope, no sugar for her. Good.
Yep, she's here.
Okay, MZ. We had a discussion on yesterday's live that you weren't here, and I said if your son doesn't like it, I got first dibs.
Because Marcia could wear this hat.
Yeah. Oh God, I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, and I put a good coating of conditioner on it yesterday. It feels good.
Smells good.
Yep.
Mm.
Let me see. Oh yeah, I think it's actually going to fit him really well because this is the right head for it, and it fits right on this head, and that's pretty much his size head. His head's a little bit bigger than this, and there's a little bit of space in there. So yay, he's pink
Yay!
size.
Oh God, that looks sharp.
So yeah. Does he know he's getting this? Oh, he has to because otherwise he couldn't have picked the style and color and tell me not to use wild thread. And we
Yeah,
chose black. I chose black thread, and I think that was the right choice because it kind of just doesn't
fades
stand
into it.
out. It's, I mean, obviously you can tell it's stitched, but it doesn't stand out. Yeah, and you had to measure his head, so you know,
Yeah.
which I need to put that information in my file so that I just lost a hat. It was sitting right here, and now it's not. Like a green Garrison cap just disappeared. Oh, there it is. Whew. Don't scare me like that.
What the heck?
So now I
I'm
got.
looking at all the little bits and pieces I got to this camera set, and I'm leaving it for my son-in-law.
put him on the low one.
That
Robbie
looks,
got me from Seattle.
yeah.
And MZ, I don't know if you heard me, but if you are serious about me making you something else, at the top of my chats, you will see a black box. And if you click it, it will open up and you will have a link to my Amazon Prime wish list. There are 4 things that are listed as highest priority. The purchasing any of those will get you that in. Did it just open? It opened on my screen. Is it opened on your screen?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
And you don't have your banner going at the bottom.
Well, it was. I have no clue what it's doing now. Okay, there. But purchasing anything that's one of my high priority items on my wish list.
It's not going on mine.
Okay, it's gone now, so it's okay.
There it goes. Okay.
It was on here. I don't know what I did, but
Yeah, I can't click on the wish list and go on your banner and go to it. It doesn't let me.
yeah. But yeah, purchasing off of the wish list, specifically those 4 any of those 4 high priority items or a combination of the high priority items, I will give you that amount in credit towards another item. And I know you said something about a bag. So you had $310 that you had bought for me, and these hats are $250. So you still have credit. Not like a bazillion dollar credit, but you still have credit. So if you wanted to buy something towards the purchase of another item, I can show you how much of this leather I have left. And those items range from $20 to $44. So just saying. Marcia has already done that towards an item.
Yeah,
She bought the
and
most
Anna.
expensive one.
Yeah. That one paid for my whole item. Where is the high priority items? In her Amazon wish list.
It's on my, if you click on my Amazon.
It
Okay.
doesn't let you go all the way.
Does it automatically?
I can't go back to the beginning that far. It won't let me.
Let me see if I right now.
Put your wish list up.
Open it on another tab.
Yeah.
Okay, it should be the top 4 items. But you can also do a filter and search, and you can search it by priority. And so the top 4 items, well, yeah, let me share it real quick. I'll show you the screen. Present. Share screen. The entire screen. It is this screen. Share it. Making big. These 4 items are the top ones. I need 2 of these cutting boards. And that's the thing. It's like 2 of these cutting boards would be ideal. I have one, but it's black. But I guess I could put up a black one and a white one. These shelves are more important to me than the other stuff. I guess this would, yeah, this is the least of the 4. This is the least priority. Because those are the back panels that I want to put behind the shelves, kind of create myself my own little zone to work in. But yeah, I'm trying to find a way, because to me, this is a multiple win kind of thing. So it's kind of like with saying, buy me pretty rocks, and I put it towards a commission because, obviously rocks that I actually want. Not rocks that you think I should have, but rocks that I actually want. To me, it's a multiple win. It's a win for multiple people.
Mm-hmm. And it's getting harder for me to find things that aren't duplicates and triplicates and quadruplicates.
Of what you already have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robbie told me today he took some citrine that he had, that he offered, the citrine that he offered for $250 the other day.
Did he put it in
No,
the acid?
yes, it's now a $600 piece, and he may be keeping it
Oh yeah, I bet. Well, he did
because
that with that.
it came out beautiful. He said you can see bubbles in the citrine, the occlusions in the citrine. He says it is beautiful. He
Well, it's
says
just
it,
like he did that one he said was an amethyst, and I'm sitting there looking at it after he cleaned it, and it's like, that's not amethyst, that's ametrine.
yeah,
That clearly has citrine in it.
uh-huh.
Clearly, it is a
And he,
combination of the two.
hmm and he said, make me small, thank you. He put it in there for 6 hours, took it off, rinsed it off, and everything, and he says it's absolutely gorgeous.
I
He's
told
going to
him I
put
was
in.
going to bring a box down to put in there.
Yeah, so he's thinking of doing another one he has to see if it does it, because what that does is that eats all the gunk around it and clears all that out. It doesn't hurt
I
the
have some
citrine.
seven something another. Super 7? Is that what it's called?
I don't know. We just bought muriatic acid.
I have a piece that's called Super 7. It says, let me double check. Seven, Seven. Yeah, it's Super 7. It's a variety of amethyst, but it also has other colorations in it.
Right.
And I have one that has a lot of that brown crusties on it.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking that throwing it in something like that would be like super cool.
Yeah. You can get muriatic acid from Home Depot and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's having a place to actually do the things you need to do with it.
Right. Because you got to be ventilated and, yeah, not
And
have somebody
I
bump it.
can't do it in the house, but I also don't want to run the risk of the neighborhood kids playing in it.
Right.
Nothing like some mother knocking on my door about talking to me about how her kid is missing half his hand because he stuck it in a bucket in my yard.
Yeah.
So I would have to do it in such a way that I could lock it closed. Yeah, this actually fits really well on this specific hat thing
Yeah.
that Robbie gave me. But I'm not sending that to you.
She found it. MZ found it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next.
I like that shape of that keychain because it kind of goes with the hat.
Put me some waxy wax on here. So when I punch holes, it'll come through okay.
It'll play slip and slide.
Yep. Oh, I know what I need to do before I do anything else because I have ADHD and I will forget. I need to cut a piece of this
And stick it with a hat.
sweatband material and stick it inside the hat so I don't forget to send it.
Mhm.
Where's my ruler? Here it is. Because that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It's more than what he needs, but I would rather send a piece that's longer than what you need than one that's not long enough.
Yep.
Because
You
I
can always
literally
take,
buy
if
sweatband
you don't let
material.
it get too bad, you can take it out, wash it, and put it back too.
Well, yeah, you can have one in the wash and one in the hat,
Hmm.
and then take it out of the wash and put it in a dresser drawer somewhere.
Yep. Arriving Monday. Teacher toolbox organizer for classroom, screw hardware storage organizer.
Oh, sweet. Oh, sweet.
Oh, more organization fits in with the ADHD
Well,
perfectly.
that means that I can get rid of some of. I have these containers that I use. I'm actually going to stick that in the brim for right now. So I have these kind of containers, right? These are awesome. Except every belt buckle, rivet, grommet, all of those are in those containers over here on the floor, stacked up
Jeez.
in a box. So when I need something, I got to go through them to find which ones I need.
Yeah.
With that storage container, I can create little labels on them.
On the
I'm
front, you
smart
can
enough
put
to do that.
what product. It's like buckles, grommets,
Silver buckles,
decorations.
20 millimeter
Yeah.
or 20 millimeter buckles. You know,
Yeah.
whatever I can, yeah.
Oh,
Silver
her.
stone,
I
9
love it.
millimeter rivets,
Yeah.
double
Yeah.
cap rivets.
Your ADHD is kicking in big time, honey.
And what I'll do is I'll take the things that I use most often, and those will get put into those first.
Mm-hmm.
Then I
Oh, the
start,
mats. She says the mats are on Prime Day sale.
yes,
You mean the cutting boards?
yes, the cutting boards are on Prime Day sale today.
Ooh.
They are normally more. Let me see. Oh, I got to go to product detail to see the whole thing. Yeah, they're normally $57.99 and they're $23.79. They're 59% off today.
Put your wish list up on the thing because it doesn't let me go to it. And my Amazon, I said save your wish list. And when I click it on my friend's wish list and it put your name,
Uh-huh.
it says empty. And I'm saying, what the frick? So I don't know what went on.
And it's funny because that size, not all of them are equally on sale.
Right. And the
So
size
because
you need
that
happens to
one
be.
link is for multiple ones. Now, if you
Mm-hmm.
go to the smaller size, the 2418, 24 by
Mm-hmm.
18s cost more. They cost 28. They're $5 more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was kind of funny that and while I mean they do have purple ones, and while purple sounds nice, first of all, they only have it in the 18 by 12s. Purple sounds nice, but when I'm actually working on stuff, I
You want
find that the
white.
white boards are best.
Mm-hmm.
That and there's a limited number of colors they have in the right size for me. The 30-inch, they have black and white. Yeah, in the 30-inch, 30 by 18s, they have black and they have white. That's it. So, and the black one's $39 for the same size board.
Yeah.
Today it's $39, whereas that one is $23.79. Oh, let me see something. It has compare prices at two different other places. The Home Depot, it's $65 for this cutting board.
Holy shit.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking at what they let you do, and I didn't realize Amazon lets you do that, comparing prices like that. I've never
Mm-hmm.
paid attention to it. So yeah, this is cool beans. Coolio. Let me see if it actually. And what's funny is when I look at the purchase list, it's not showing me what's purchased. But if I click on the item, like I click on the thing that I know Marcia said, it says, tell me if it was purchased. And I tell it to continue, and it says, this has been purchased, let me see if I click on this one. Does it do this? Tell me if it was purchased. Continue. Uh, it didn't tell me if it was purchased.
No, it takes a little while to get through their
Oh, I have
records.
to click the words. Tell me if this was purchased. And it says, yes, this item was purchased for you.
Okay, do me a favor. Click
Yes.
on the board. Click on the boards.
Click on the boards. It didn't. Purchased another very, no, that's not it. No, it did not show me that yet.
Well, guess what?
You'd bought a board?
I bought two of them and I got credit because I'm going to need another keychain later.
And
So
if
you
more
better get a
and
book
if
out
other
and
people, I will tell you, if wait, Jennifer is going to, okay, Jennifer, go get you some sugars, and I will talk to you later. You behave. Oh, what time is it? Okay, it's early. I have to remember tonight is two leaves in a pod,
yeah. I
and
don't know why. I have it in my it's supposedly in my friends list, but when I click on my friends list in there, my your lists and registries, I click on Tori Jones. It says there are no items in this list.
hmm.
So I am just about fit to be tied with Amazon because I don't know
So
why it didn't save it.
let me see something. Oh no, I'm not doing all that. And if someone else also bought, I would tell you the cutting boards, if they get bought by multiple people, don't freak out. You'll still get credit because they start to get torn up after a time, and I can't use them as well because they affect when I go to cut, it'll hit the little dimples in the board and it'll affect how I cut things.
Yeah.
I've actually thought about doing a
Okay,
like
Donis. We'll see ya. Hurry back.
drive safe.
Yeah, drive safe.
See you over there at Lisa's and Kendra's at Tully's.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting the no the self-healing mats and gluing them to the back one side of the cutting boards and making it basically where I have it like this so I can do my cutting and then just flip it over and do my pounding of holes
Yeah. That
and,
sounds
and flip it
because you
this
tape
way and
and then tape the one side where you pound the holes. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
and that way I can have it two-sided and serves two purpose. The
Yeah.
reality is underneath this mat, underneath this cutting board, there's a self-healing mat on my table.
But the problem is you got so much junk around it, it's hard to move it.
It's that I've had to put so much stuff on this board to work because the idea was that I would just slide it off. This is also a thicker board. I will never get the 1 inch thick board again if I can help it because they're so heavy and they don't give me any benefit by being thicker. So I'll stick with the 1/2 inch. It'll also create a less difference in the height of the table. And it'll drop my table down a little bit. But
Yeah. Flutter said she
put
drove
two
a little bit
on
today,
my
not 100% comfortable, but getting there. Yay!
awesome.
Little baby steps. Just got the text that my group for jury duty, I'm sure, was released. I knew this at 10:15 this morning. Yay! So she hasn't got jury duty.
Awesome.
There was a 12-year period where every year, because now you can be on a county jury duty, you can be on a state jury duty, you can be on a federal jury duty, and you can't use. I've been on jury duty before, because it's not the same jury duty. It's a different section, different kind. So, yeah, for 12 years, I was on, for 3 years in a row, I was on two different types of jury duties in one calendar year. And for 12 years, I was on at least one a year for 12 years. I got so tired of jury duty, I wanted to scream. That's why when I was able to say I declined being on jury duty when I got of the age, quote unquote, that I could do that, I did it. Because I know people who've never been called.
Yeah. We moved here in 2018, and it was either 20, I think it was like 2019. I got jury duty for North Carolina. And it took me forever to get through to someone to tell them I'm not
I don't,
registered to vote in North Carolina. I'm
Carolina,
registered to vote in Georgia
Georgia.
because I moved. So, no, I'm not coming to jury duty
Yeah.
unless you're paying me transportation costs and a hotel room.
Hmm. Stop it, the two of you. Ah, ah, ah. Hey, they can't summons her for 18 months. Was it a county, a state, or a federal jury duty? Because, see, down here, they don't count them the same. And they can do it here every calendar year in Florida, which is a real pain in the ass.
It's
And I got records of all of it because I kept all the stupid records. Do not know. Hmm. Well, if Terry's got his computer on and trying to sleep, you're going to wake him up.
not me. He'll wake up about 3, so that's 3:12. He'll wake up about time, almost time for me to log off.
Yeah.
That's getting a little bit different.
Now, if I don't get my little keychain tomorrow, I'm going to start to get worried again because I love the post office. It says delivered to an individual. And um,
I just know Louisiana gets delivered on Thursday.
well, mine was supposed to be. I'm trying to find. Aye, two of you stop it. Excuse me.
Yeah, but how many people are actually registered to vote?
Lie down.
Because
Lie
I
down.
think that's where they pull their jury duty list from,
Yeah,
is
from the voters
registered voters.
registration. Yep, voters registration. They do in Florida anyway.
So if you wind up with a bunch of people that are not registered to vote, you've
Mhm.
got no one to pull from.
Yep.
So either you have a voice in the government and or you never have jury duty. It's like a trade-off. I've not been called yet since I've been here. I've never served on jury duty. One time I had a trip planned and a lot of money was spent. And then they sent me a thing for jury duty, and I put in there that I was traveling during that time. And they let me off of jury duty
Yeah.
because there was something about, if the money was already, if it was cost you a exorbitant amount financially. And it's like, yeah, I bought non-refundable airline tickets and non-refundable hotel room. Yeah. and the refund insurance would only cover if there was a health issue or a natural disaster. Jury duty was not on the list of things that would cause them to get my money back. I think I'm gonna find me a short-handled hammer. Hammer. I find myself choking up on the hammer a lot. The spacing in these holes is not 100% exact. That's why I switched to using the single hole punch. Because I didn't feel like doing all the holes all over again, so this will work.
Oh, crap.
What?
Guess what?
Huh.
Hang on. I have to go to my mail place tomorrow and pick it up because they sent me delivered front desk reception mailroom. I
What was
have to
delivered?
pick it up. It's something from Fort Lauderdale. God knows what the hell it is.
Oh, something. Yeah, you just said something about that.
Yeah,
About you hope they didn't screw it up
yeah.
and wind up trying to send it back.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So, yay.
Okay, yours is supposed to be today at 12:16. It was left delivered to agent, which means hopefully the frick I get it tomorrow.
Awesome.
If I don't get it tomorrow, hopefully my post office, I never know what time they come.
When you're at the post office, you can complain.
Yeah, well, I can also go, oh, wait a minute. Is that another one that I have to do? Pick it up?
Okay, why are you skinny one?
Okay. So that's that one. That was yesterday's.
See if I can get this. It's not punching out the holes.
There's Robbie's. Louisville, Kentucky. I think that's yours.
I'm trying to get it to push the hole pieces up because they're stuck in there. I can't get them to come.
Yeah, I need to. Oh, guess what?
What?
Yeah, it looks like I may be going to the post office tomorrow to pick up my keychain.
Elizabeth has me on her friends list on Amazon. Woot woot.
Yeah, he won't let me save you. I saved you, but it says it's empty when I go for it.
They're fibbers.
Oh, your package arrived already. Um, and the Louisville, yeah, it's at the post office in Louisville. The label's not just made; it's at the post office. So they
Oh,
say your shelving, your shelf. So we'll see. There we go. Now I can come back. I was trying to check. I wanted to check because I don't want to have them to send back my keychain.
huh. I wonder if they use taxpayers then. She's saying she never registered to vote.
Sometimes if you have a driver's license.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Because I think most states now hook your social security number to your driver's license. And here in Florida, we have to have, it's not on your driver's license, but it's in their records.
Yeah.
And to renew it, you have to give it to them.
In Mississippi, when I got my driver's license the first time in Mississippi, your driver's license number was your social security number.
Jesus, that's bad.
Yep. And then somewhere along the line, someone, kind of informed them what was obvious. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That number is a sacred number.
Yep.
But
But when they,
unless you knew this, obviously you wouldn't be looking at someone's driver's license number to use it for something like that,
right.
for stealing their
Okay,
identity.
Flutter. Flutter's going to be right back. Yeah,
She's going
I
to get that
had,
pixie stick.
yeah, I had, okay, my name begins, last name begins with O. And on your driver's license in Florida, it starts with the first letter of your last name and then has this long number. Okay? Well, some dumb broad put a zero because she didn't realize it starts with a letter. And she kept saying, that driver's license number doesn't work. And I said, it's worked every place before. And then I realized as I watched her typing again, I said, ma'am, that's an O, not a zero. I said, it begins with a letter and then numbers. And she goes, oh, that's right. I felt like, okay, dummy, let's start this all over again.
Yeah. Well, I'm just keeping track of things because, Louisiana does deliver Thursday.
Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I get it. I just bought you that other because I'm going to need another keychain. I got to find where my daughter sent me the picture of the stuff that's going to be on my son-in-law's car. And I'm
Ah,
going to have you make his keychain, which
oh
will be a
boy. So
whole lot easier than all the colors on hers.
I get to Google his and see if I can find the exact art for that too, huh?
Uh-huh.
Because I got lucky with hers. That was cool as could be that I just Googled and all of a sudden, boom, there it
It
is.
popped up. Yep, there it is.
Because I literally took the picture that you sent me
Mm-hmm.
and put it in a Google search.
Mm-hmm.
Just minimized it to be just the tire thing.
Yep.
And then, boom, there it is. And it was like, oh, there's the line draw of the art I need. How perfect is that?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I could have made any submarine look good, but
Yeah. But that's perfect.
that one.
That was it. Yeah, that was the perfect
And then
one.
to be able to send it to Mimi and say, ask mom to do me a favor. And if I am still trying to go down next month, and I'm gonna
How you going to get to, you got, you're going to have to go two places next month?
no one.
I thought you had to go to Texas.
No, I'm trying to do that this month.
Oh,
Yeah, like
gotcha.
possibly next the end of this week.
Aha. Are they open on weekends?
Nope.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'm thinking there's a possibility I won't be on Lisa's Thursday, or I will be, but I'll be in the car,
Yeah.
um, riding down the road. going to Texas, because if we go on Thursday, that would make me have to take off Friday. Sweet. So now I want to take this.
Diane, I missed the thread to this. Their civil rights have been restored, are not currently adjudicated mentally incompetent or insane. Oh, if they look up their driver's license, yeah. She says I may need to be deemed insane.
All they have to do is come look at your collection.
Yeah, yep. That woman definitely has something loose somewhere.
You might want to wait until after you finish and retire, because you put in so much work, you don't want to lose that retirement money. Just saying.
Okay, well, in Florida, they go from two lists, registered voters and driver's license, but then they check your records.
So what I'm doing here is I'm going to make this keychain have a 3D effect, because I kind of like that 3D effect.
You're going to put a little padding in it.
So there's going to be a lot of force going on, and I'm going to force this baby to be what I want. And I am going to cheat and use scissors on this part. But I want to give it that 3D effect. It's just cool.
Yeah, a little puffy, raised up thing.
I'm debating if I want to do it 2 layers, because that's not much thickness. And I think 2 layers would be good. That would give it a good.
Yeah, and then it would be nice and puffy because you stitch it down. Yeah, that would look good. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use the not stinky glue today. So no getting high off the glue today.
Yay.
I'm just using the white glue that looks like Elmer's school glue. That is not Elmer's school glue.
Yeah, Diana says she gets more balls on Saturday.
Balls, balls, everywhere there's balls. I got balls coming from Kendra. Diana's mad at me about my balls, because she says I stole it from her.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well, she was working, and Kendra showed something and I claimed it, and so Diana didn't get to claim it, and then Diana came on and saw it and said that I stole it from her.
Oh, well.
That it wasn't fair. I don't know where this whole fair shit comes in. I don't know where she thinks fair has anything to do with it.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, she owes me some unicorns that she stole.
You're a ball snatcher, she says. Nope, no excuses, she says.
It's like me coming on and finding out she done stole a unicorn.
Do you hear that crybaby? Are you listening to that crybaby?
Which crybaby is that one?
Cookie. She's the talker. Will you get off of me?
Why
Away.
you so mean to Cookie?
She is driving me. She's practically crawling on top of me. Get down, Cookie. When she wants something, man, hello. She starts talking and arguing, and Or we need to go out, girls, again. What is this tonight? Huh? I want to know. You've been out twice now since dinner. Oh, yeah, it is your second time go round. Sorry about that. I missed the time slot.
Eh.
Okay, let's go. Okay, now I get to come back in and hawk up another hairball. Yeah.
I wonder if anyone in my family has answered me. Oh, my husband. I shall investigate. I've not heard
Have,
anyone talk about anything for dinner tonight. It is after 8 o'clock, and we have not had dinner.
oh dear.
And I'm guessing Ollie is like, I made jambalaya last night. Not my problem.
Yeah. Diana says, then she turns around and says she loves me. LMAO.
Well, you know.
And she then says, unicorn? I don't have any. LMAO.
Yeah, you steal all the unicorns. And I do. That's why I am going to send you. I am going to send you this.
She says, at least Kendra has learned to start getting more than one. We have taught her well.
I mean, if I didn't like you, what would I mean, I have to like you at least a little bit.
At least a little.
I'm sharing. And I do have your name literally stuck on a tag on that.
Okay, girls.
She's
Where's your
not talking
sister?
to us.
No, I'm talking to these two.
Puppers.
Yeah. I went looking for one, and therefore she knew it, and all of a sudden she came from where she was not supposed to be real quick because she knew I came down to look for her. She's not stupid. I'm
Like,
I'm being
what?
good, Mimi. I'm being good. Yeah,
What?
yeah, what? She's the instigator of trouble, I swear.
So I'm going to make this sit here while I saturate this other piece. Let me clean my scissors up a little bit.
Welcome back, Flutter.
Welcome.
And Diana says, okay, maybe just a little, only 'cause you have 20 more. And then LMAO.
Somewhere I have a fluorite unicorn head I'm supposed to send you also, because I don't think you have a fluorite unicorn head yet. And for me to share my fluorite, hello.
Oh, you're actually going to share fluorite? Wait a minute. You got a fever?
I wound up somehow with 2 unicorn heads that are fluorite.
Oh. So you're going to be nice and share one.
Uh-huh.
That's nice.
Unless Diana wants to be meanie, then I can't share with her.
Yeah, if she's meanie, don't share. Yeah. She goes, oh, Tori loves me. LOL.
Oh, I think my Cool-Whip container is going to have to be replaced pretty soon. This one's feeling weak in the bottom.
Oh, dear.
Last thing I need is for it to leak all over me.
Oh, God. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I put water in it.
Water. Yeah.
I put the water in it.
Come on, Blue.
Aren't you done yet, Blue?
No, she's looking for the perfect spot. What can I tell you? I mean, there's enough grass out here to find one. You haven't done all of them, I swear to you.
You can't see it, just use it.
Yeah. The problem is they do it.
It smells like
My
some.
yard, my yard is split in two sides. My backyard, and they go on the one side. So yeah, they are starting to wear out a broom. They're going to have to move to the other side, but for some reason they don't go over there. Let's go, girls. Cookie.
Now that sounds like the beginning of a song. Let's go, girls.
Yeah,
Oh, it is
yeah,
a country song.
it is.
Yes.
Yep.
So now that side is wet. And the reason for that is called casing. You case the leather to make it wet. And that causes it to be moldable, which is exactly what I need it to be right now. Let me see. Give me a piece of this. Okay.
Diana says, okay, maybe just a little, only because you have 20. No, I read that one. I brought
Yeah.
holy smoke and pea. Holy smoke and pea. Maybe not in that order. And then Diana said, be right back. LOL. Shania Twain's letter said,
Yep. Oh wait, that's "Come On Boys" or something like that. But yeah, it's
same
still
thing.
works the same thing.
Yeah,
Close enough.
yeah. And oh, jeez.
Pretty sure that. Yeah.
Will you hush? Crazy dogs.
Yeah, that should
I,
be it.
I swear to God. I do. I swear to God. They're going to drive me crazy.
Well, how else are they going to take over?
I know. I think Blue finally found her spot. I mean, it's been taking her this long to find her spot. Hello.
Gotta love them.
Yeah. Come on, Cookie.
Not the right needle. Where the heck is my needle?
Come on, Cookie.
Oh, it's over here. It's got thread attached to it. Oh, it would have been just as good to use that one. That's a longer piece, I think. Yes, I talk to myself on a regular. Actually, it doesn't matter which piece I use.
Come on, Cookie. I got chocolate chip cookie and bluebell. God, these
When I
two are
have
crazy.
thread left over, long pieces of thread left over, I don't throw them away. I set them to the side because then I can use them for things like this that use smaller pieces of thread.
Yeah. Okay. Yay.
Oh no, I can put
Yay.
it.
Okay. Glad you finally had success, everybody.
Everybody went potty.
Yes.
So one side I got the
No
extra
wonder they wake
blue
me up
on it.
early.
Oh, they wake you up early?
Oh, yeah, because they drink a ton of water at night. And then they wake me up at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Come on, girls.
And this I have to keep pulling it because it's the only way I'm going to make it give me the effect I want. I got to pull these stitches really tight.
Tight, yeah. To make it puffy. In the middle.
So it makes this piece mold around.
Hang on. For ball time.
Time for her to go cough a lung up. Daggum allergies. She can call it a fur ball, but I know what she means. And I just guessed at how I was doing this to make it 3D. I've done 3D pieces before, so I knew how they make it happen.
Whew. That was a fur ball from hell.
She sneezed up coughed up a calihuliker.
Oh,
Oh, they
God.
don't call them that anymore.
No. Oh, I should have, I swear. But it doesn't help if I go out, if I go with a mask. It doesn't help.
Huh. See,
It does
the
not help.
mask does help with my allergies.
It
If I
doesn't with mine.
grab it when I go out and put it on, I would not have the problems I have with my dead blasted allergies.
Yeah.
When I pull these stitches, I might be able to show what I'm doing here.
I come back in the house and it's, it can range from, depends on the day, from immediate to 15 minutes later, I go crazy. That looks great.
You see how it
Oh,
starts to puff?
yeah.
This back side won't puff as much because I didn't wet that side,
Yeah.
but the front side does. The
Yeah.
front side is the one I. Yeah, buddy. I just have to make sure every few stitches I pull these threads really tight. Oh, oh, I can mount when I put the shelf. No, I cannot mount a heavy magnet next to a computer. Duh.
Nope. Nope.
Because I have a
Mm-hmm.
strip. I actually have it underneath my desk right now in front of me. That is basically it's a magnet strip. They use it in areas with tools. But actually, if I get one of the other shelves,
Do you know I have a wooden one that it's a kitchen knife holder?
yeah, you know what I'm
It's
talking about.
three, yeah. And I use it in my sewing room to put my scissors. I put my scissors and I have metal rulers and stuff.
Well,
I,
I'm wondering if I get the side shelves, the smaller side shelves, if I mounted it up and down, so, you know, standing up this way on one of the legs, then I
mm-hmm,
can put stuff over there.
probably. Yeah,
But
I hooked it right to a a cabinet that I keep sewing stuff in. I hooked that strip that it's a like a piece of wood and then it's got three strips of magnets in the wood that stick out a little bit and I can put needles on it. I can put my rulers, scissors, whatever. I've
yep.
even known to stick a bobbin up there when I said, "Okay, I need to remember where you are." I put it up there.
Thank you, Elizabeth. And now comes
Yeah,
the fun.
I'm waiting for the post office to deliver my small flat rate boxes. I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, I could have sent you a bigger box with some of those in it.
Would have cost more to ship the boxes. That costs you more money. Forget it. They'll get it to me. And as soon as they do, I'll pack it. And my post office, my little local post office, is less than a mile away. So hey, because my town's like a triangle,
Uh-huh.
and it's small.
Small town, huh?
In the middle of Miami-Dade, right next to the airport and Hialeah and all that. Yeah,
So
we're a
Diana has
little.
smoked and peed. We know this
Yeah,
because she said she was going to go smoke and pee, but not necessarily
right.
in that order.
That order. Yeah,
So
mine
I'm
would be have
announcing.
to go pee first.
So yeah, now it's forcing this to, because it shifted the leather when I stitched it. It shifted this side a little bit, like Yeah, no, we're not going to line up, and I'm not making it line up now so that it definitely gives me that puff that I'm looking for.
You do the gloves that welders wear, those thick leather gloves?
Uh
Okay. My son-in-law, they were having to wash a cat. I told you the barn cats.
huh.
That's why he didn't get tore up. My daughter didn't have any gloves on, and because he was holding the cat even got him through those gloves.
You can tell them next time, just capture the cat, go ahead and dump the soap in the toilet, throw the cat in, close the lid and sit on it. The cat will thrash around and wash itself, then flush a few times to rinse it off, and then stand back, open it, and open the doors and let the cat run out.
Have you done that?
Hell no. I ain't sticking the cat in the toilet. It was a joke that I read one time about how to wash a cat.
I
And
was
they
wondering who in the hell would do that.
and they
Oh my
followed up
God.
with, this is a one-time thing. You're never gonna get a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
Because you go to do it again, and the cat's gonna you'll never touch the cat again.
Right. Because Diana said
No.
Tipsy would let me bathe her without ripping my skin off. Yeah.
We don't want to talk about what some of these cats in this house would do. Now,
Oh,
Oliver will go grab the cats, take them up to my bathroom, climb into my garden tub, my jetted tub, with the cats, with a cat, and give it a bath. You go up there, and Ollie's sitting up there in a t-shirt and a pair of shorts with a cat, bathing the cat.
and they let him do it.
Uh huh.
You
I can't
try and
do it.
do it, and they tear you apart.
Uh huh.
No,
Absolutely.
I don't want to hear. Yeah, Diana, they do need a cat washing machine. They got to figure out. They got to have something that you could hook their bodies in it and their heads out, but it's tight enough around the neck that you can do anything, and it's an automatic thing on the body from the head down. Yeah. Hmm. I agree with that.
Or you start them when they're kittens. Take the kittens and start washing them in the tub,
Yeah.
because then they will get used to it and they will be okay and won't
Yeah.
freak out as much. And I need to check at what time.
No, it's 8:37. What
Okay, I
time
need
is
to see
Lisa
what time.
going
I
on?
don't, it was it. She didn't have her live up earlier when I checked.
My cats, they wouldn't do anything. They'd just sit in the tub and cry. And I swear the neighbors must have thought it was a kid I was killing or something.
It did puff up on this side. This side rounded,
Yeah,
but this one
but
has the
this
distinct
big
edge,
puff. Yeah,
which is
that.
what I was after. So
Yeah, that's nice.
let me see if I can push this right back under to here. I'm gonna try to get it to go underneath to one
Yeah.
layer. Come on. Yeah, no, not two layers, one layer. Come on, you know you want to.
You're trying to convince it.
Mm-hmm.
Flutter's pup hates water on her head.
Well, I would too if I got ear infections every time.
Yeah. Yeah, floppy down ears are.
There we go.
Diana said I had a cat named Tigger. I told him one day, go wait in the bath. You're getting a bath. I go in there, and he was sitting in the tub waiting for me.
Oh,
LMAO, I couldn't believe it. I would go crazy. Mine used to cry like they were being mortally wounded, like babies. I
mm-hmm.
swear. They didn't do anything. They just sat there and cried and screamed.
Why you do this to me?
Yeah, right. I think the neighborhood thinks I'm killing a kid. I swear. Because they sound like little babies when they do that.
Go.
And she was a long-haired cat, so I'd have to dry her. That was another thing altogether. She didn't like hair dryers.
Ollie towel dries the cats.
Well, I'd towel dry first, but then I gotta, because of the long hair, you have to brush them out. And I'd brush them and dry them and brush them at the same time and fluff them up and everything. She loved it after she was done. She just hated it while she was getting it. Yeah, it's crazy. Some cats are fine with it. Some cats can't get near it. Yeah, Flutter, you're better off closing her ears when you bathe her. Yeah,
They make headbands for that.
yeah,
They're doggy headbands.
yeah. They're like a little headband, and it goes over their ear to keep the water out.
They also use them when they're blow drying them to keep the air out of their
Ears.
ears.
Yep.
And I'll put a ring on this shortly. I just need to clean up my edges now.
You gotta buff your edges.
Oh, yeah. This is one of those things that only lets a certain amount be cut off at one time, so you can't screw it up too bad. I usually try to freehand it with the razor and usually wind up leaving a gouge in it
Yeah.
and having to
We had a
redo things.
Yeah, Diana says we had a cat named Jessie. She would play in the water in the toilet. She loved to be in there when it was flushed.
See, you could have washed that cat in the toilet.
Yeah. Buddha likes to drink water from the kitchen faucet after someone runs the water. Yeah. Turn the water. Yeah.
My cat just likes if both, it's really weird. If both sinks are completely empty, my cat will jump up there and just sit in the sink and do nothing. Just sit there and then look at you like, what? What's up?
Yeah. Got a comment to make about this? Yeah. Dude.
He just sits there and stares at everybody. It's really weird. But if you put anything in either sink, so I could go up there and lay that in the sink. He won't get in the sink now. He'll jump up there and see something and he'll jump out. He won't stay
Yep.
up there.
No.
But I
Something's
have a
in this
house of
way.
5 people. The likelihood of our sinks being empty, there's 2 teenagers in this house.
Yeah.
5 people, 2 of which are teenagers.
Yeah.
One of which acts like a teenager at times.
One adult, you mean that acts like a teenager at times?
I'm the one that's predominantly the adult in this house. And that is scary.
Yes, I was thinking about that. I didn't say it though. You did.
I am the most grown up person in my house.
Buddha likes to drink from the kitchen faucet after someone runs the water. She comes running in the kitchen when Dave comes in because she knows he's going to run the faucet. She knows the plan. Hey man, it's my turn.
We had a cat that she wanted to jump up on the toilet when you flushed it because she wanted the swirly water. So we actually bought a water thing for the cats that has the bucket. It's the bucket that looks like a little water cooler bucket that you flip upside down. So when they drink it, the water moves. Because it goes down.
Mm-hmm.
But she would drink it and watch the water come down, and she liked it.
I had a girlfriend that taught her cat how to pee and poop in the potty.
Yep.
She didn't have a litter box. That cat would go in the
I know.
bathroom and
I know it's doable, but that requires a lot of patience.
And
It's the kind of patience I don't have.
hmm yeah, it took her about 6 months.
I mean, I have patience for some things. Obviously, at least Marcia thinks I do.
Oh, well, compared to me, you do.
Okay, so where is it? This is where a shelf would be handy. Oh, because this would be on the shelf, not on my floor at my feet.
Yes, ma'am. Well, it's either
And this is my
Thursday or Friday.
and I already have some storage, some little things that I can put stuff in to put underneath it to be able to create like a drawer effect of, yeah, organization.
Girly girl likes when the water dispenser bubbles. She tries to get it. Yeah, yeah, I've seen those, and they water bubbles pop up to get the water down for the next time, and yeah, they go pop, 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 pop. Yeah, want a bubble? I want a bubble.
Our problem now is that the dogs get in. One dog will be drinking out of their bucket, and the other one will go over and drink the cat's water.
Kelly solved that problem. She
And then the
has
cats look at
a
us like, "What the hell? They just drank my water."
yeah. Kelly solved that with her dogs. Uh, the cat doesn't bother their water because she's got one, but Kelly put it on the counter in her laundry room, and the cat goes in there on the counter, and the dogs can't get to it, and she gets fed up on the same counter in an automatic feeder, and it's so funny because the dogs come in and they sniff up there, and it's a high counter, so they really can't get to it. Yeah, it's funny because you know they want to.
I'm considering getting a cabinet to put in my laundry room.
Oh,
They have the wire shelves hanging off the wall,
hmm
which you can't put a lot of weight on because they will just fall off the wall because Builder Bob put them up.
yeah.
So I'm thinking about going to the rehab store and seeing if they have a counter that I can
hmm
put in there at a price I'm willing to pay.
My
And then
daughter, my son-in-law built it just out of, some, well, he found bits and pieces of wood at this wood place, and he brought it home, sanded it up so it looked brand new, and he put it together, and then he did the burnt effect on it, with like a torch, and then they varnished it, put a marine varnish on it. It looks beautiful. Her whole cabinets, they redid the whole thing because she had the same kind of wire shelves, but they got 2 by 8 by 10s, I think it is, and put shelves, and they burnt that wood, and they put edges on it so stuff didn't fall off. It really looks. She's got a nice looking laundry room.
well, Builder Bob liked the wire shelves. He put them in the closets.
Oh, I hate those things.
So slowly we're going to eventually just redo everything with that stuff, and I'll kidnap the wire shelving and bring it down here
hmm
and place it between my shelves with my leather on them, and it basically extends shelves out.
hmm They took them out of their whole house, and they had all their closets redone and the laundry room redone. Yeah, but Kelly and I did all the closets. Talk about it was it wasn't it was from some specialty place that made really nice wood, because I told you her walk-in closet is big enough for a bedroom. So on both sides there's a his and her side, and they each have their own shelving section, drawer section, hanging section, all that kind of stuff. And Kelly and I put it all. It comes in a kit. You order it, you buy it, look at the picture, pick what you want, and you have to put it together. I spent 2 weekends, well, actually 2 weeks, because we did 3 closets. She ordered all the closet kits, and we put them all together, going crazy on the floor, putting part A to part B.
Uh-huh.
They turned out real nice, and this place used really nice wood, so it's sturdy. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go back and read. Buddha. Yep, yep. Bubbles, right? Okay, yep. Yep. Okay, I read it. I already heard that. Yep. Yeah, we have 3 cats, and they're very 3 distinct personalities.
Oh yeah.
Had 4 until Mario passed away.
Aw.
I miss him.
How old was Mario?
We have no clue. We adopted adult cats,
Uh,
so we have no clue how old our cats are.
mm-hmm.
Spencer is the only one, and Lily could tell you his age because that's her cat. Um, but the other cats we went to the, we adopted adult cats because we wanted to. We know that baby cats, little kittens, will get adopted, and we wanted to give the best life to some adult cats, so we adopted three adult cats
Mm-hmm.
to give them their best life, and we did give him his best life until the end.
Yeah.
And he was a long-haired male muted calico. So he was an unusual cat because usually calicos are not male.
Yeah, they're 99.9% female.
And muted calicos are not common.
No.
That's where their tones are, they're not vibrant. Calicos have those vibrant, it's black. His was gray.
Hmm.
That vibrant orange, his was, they're muted tones. That's why they're called muted
Yeah.
calicos.
Mm-hmm.
The tones are just very muted. And super long hair, and he was special in the head. That is actually a trait of male calicos, is mentally being
Sure.
not right.
Yeah.
Calicos are crazy as it is, but muted calicos have mental issues. Male calicos have mental issues. A muted male calico has super mental issues. Um, yeah, we loved him all the same.
Yeah.
He was special. He was our special boy. He was Jeff's special boy, actually. He
Yeah.
adopted Jeff. When we went to the shelter, Jeff sat in the floor, and this cat was in a crate across the room. They had open crates
Mm-hmm.
with bedding in them, and this
Mm-hmm.
cat was in a crate laying down across the room. He got up and he stretched his body and shook out, sauntered, and I do mean sauntered across the room like, "Hey, baby, I'm coming to see you." Um, sauntered
I
across the
love
room,
when they do that.
walked up to Jeff, climbed into Jeff's lap, curled up, looked up at Jeff like, "Let's go, man." All
Yep.
the other cats came over to get scritches, and Mario just laid there.
Yep. Like you can have your share, but I'm taking him. He's mine.
And
Yep.
because it was like, you pick your cat, I'll pick my cat type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we chose this room that had 20 cats in it that had been dropped off because they'd grown up. These cats all came from the same house,
Ah.
and so we already knew any cat from this room, any cats we get out of this room, they're
We'll be
familiar with
okay.
each other. They'll get
Yeah.
along.
Yeah.
So we figured we would adopt 2 of these cats that had just been dropped off to the no-kill shelter.
And you wind up with 3.
And yeah, and so we sat there and waited and waited, and we were waiting to see which cats would be left.
Mm-hmm.
I was 99.99% sure that Mr. Mustaphalis, the black and white, was coming home with me.
Mm-hmm.
But we sat there for a while in the floor and had three cats that wouldn't leave us. And I looked at Jeff and I'm like, because he's like, I think we're done. And I'm like, okay, but we said we were coming for two cats and I have three here. And he goes, it's okay, crazy cat lady. And that told me everything I needed to do. So I went
Yeah.
over. She says, just pull their paper off the wall, because off the door, because they had the door. They had a paper for each cat that was in that room,
Yeah.
and you just find the one that matches the cat and you pull it off. And so that's what I did, and found out that two of the cats, their adoption fees had already been paid by someone who could not have cats of their own, but wanted to help make sure that cats got a new life.
Oh.
So she picked the two that looked like to be the older ones. So Mario was one of those,
Mm-hmm.
and my cat was the other one. And it was also half price day on cats. So I got three cats for the whopping price of $12.50.
Wow.
And they gave me three little bags of dog food and three little bags of snacks.
Yep.
And we weaned them off of whatever it was they were feeding them, because they feed them whatever's given to them.
Right.
And um, transferred them to what the hairball, the Better Health hairball stuff that we feed cats. It's made for indoor cats and blah blah
And
blah.
long hair
And
cats and stuff
and
like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing we fed Jeff's cat, and she lived to be old. Um, we don't know how old she was because he kind of picked her up at a truck stop. And I'm
Yeah.
not lying. He tells people that he uses the vulgar term. That was his truck stop.
Mm-hmm.
Because he found her at a truck stop.
Mm-hmm. Diana said the cat we had when I was young beats all. She hated dogs. One day we had one of the neighbors come knocking on our door asking us to please come get our cat out of their house. She was attacking their dog, who was a Dobie. I
Oh,
had
that,
similar, except it was the reverse. Our dog went in our neighbor's house, which was a split level house, and they had a laundry chute that went down to the garage, which was underneath the split level part. She went in their house, had the cat cornered in the kitchen. The cat got out of there. I mean, making a mess of the kitchen. Stuff was flying everywhere. The cat made it to run up the stairs and literally went down the laundry chute into the garage. And we heard this ruckus going on next door. And the family that lived there were what they called crackers. If you know anything about Florida, that's like founding families. And for Pinellas County, the Mullins are founding families, and they were a Mullins. And my dad went over and says, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'll pay for whatever she's done." And the dad looked at him and says, "Are you kidding? If a cat can't take care of itself, it ain't worth it." You know? And so they never said nothing's. Don't worry about it. She's fine. She's just doing her thing. I mean, these were the most laid back people I'd ever seen.
that's always cool when you get laid back neighbors.
Yeah. Dinah said she was this little fluffy gray cat who really hated dogs unless they were ours. She was fine with. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had a boxer and she just hated cats. She saw a cat, she'd go. We had to go through a front window of a house one time after a cat.
Ooh,
Yeah. Mm, oh God, yes.
yeah. My daughter's just lucky her dogs are okay with cats, because if we had a choice of her dogs or my cats live here.
Yeah. Yep. Cats are here first. This is their home. You're visiting.
Yeah, they moved into this house before she did. So yeah,
Yep. Yep.
she had moved out of my house, and I got the cats. Um, Jeff's truck stop kitty passed away. She was an indoor outdoor cat.
Hmm.
And one of the neighbors came and got us and said, I think your cat is dead on the side of the road.
Aw.
There was no indication that she had been struck by a car or anything, so we don't know. She was
Yeah.
up in someone's yard.
Hmm.
She could have got bit by a rat or something.
Yeah. We
Um,
had this boxer came from. This is the boxer I told you we had. That was the house cat in Ohio. I mean, the house dog in Ohio. We left the farm dogs. But the funny part about it is, she didn't bother the farm cats in Ohio. But
uh,
man, when we moved to Florida, it was free reign for cats.
yeah,
It
but
was
them
like,
barn cats can be vicious.
oh yeah. She didn't bother the barn cats. But holy cow, when we were moved into what I call us, because we lived on a farm at that point, so there's loads of room. We moved into a neighborhood where the houses were closer. She saw a cat, she'd go crazy. I think that dog had a screw loose someplace.
Well,
She just was not into cats. I got to get to Walmart or someplace or a secondhand store and buy silverware.
I know.
Yeah.
And I hear you. I sympathize with you because I'm the one buying silverware at the secondhand store because for some reason all my silverware is coming up missing.
Yeah, mine, I found out I think he's been throwing it out. It's the only thing I can rectify.
And there's no reason for it to come up missing in my house, but Lord, it is.
Hmm. Yeah, I just don't know. It's the only thing I can think of.
I need to do some checking real quick. It is 9:02.
Yeah, what time did she say?
She
Did she
didn't.
did?
Let me see if
Oh,
she
she,
put hers up yet. She is going on at 10 o'clock tonight.
okay, so we got till 9:30.
And I'll be able to do this. I'm just throwing some glue on here because I'm going to punch the holes at two layers of holes at one time. And I just got a blob in my glue. Get off there. So I'm putting a little glue down on this edge. Good thing my trash is close to me.
Yeah, gooky fingers too.
Uh, this is not something you pick up doing if you're one of those girly girl kinds that don't want dirty hands.
Oh no,
You
I
can't
would
do
guess
this.
not. Yeah.
This is not the craft for you.
Oh
You're
God.
afraid of dirty fingers. Nope. Don't. Just don't.
Yeah. Okay, Flutter. She going outside for a smoke. Oh,
All of these
what the?
outside smokers.
Yeah. Oh, I am finding so many little tufts of dog hair everywhere. I mean, everywhere. They're all over the place. And I can't tell which dog it is because it's kind of a mix of the two sets of hairs.
Oh, because they're different colors.
Yeah, one's gray and black, and the other one is shades of brown. So
Oh,
it's,
so it's both of them.
yeah, exactly. And all of a sudden it's not there, this puff of hair, and I walk, and there's this puff of hair in front of me going puffy, 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 you know. I'm going, where'd you come from? You weren't there a second ago.
Don't you like my fancy dancy weights?
Diana said, I sadly watched two dogs rip my mama's cat to pieces.
Oh.
And then she says, there was nothing we could do. My husband at the time took a broom or something to get them to stop and leave. They were vicious. I've seen that happen. He took her to the vet, but I'm sure there was nothing much they could do to save her. I believe they broke her spine.
Mm.
Yeah.
And here it's like the German Shepherd, the oldest German Shepherd. He walks up to the cats and he puts the entire cat head in his mouth.
Mhm.
He doesn't bite down on it. He just holds it there.
Mhm. Yep. Oh yeah, I've seen cats get into fights, Diana. Oh yeah. If they get into a squabble, there can be fur flying everywhere. My daughter had a cat that she rescued because where she was living at a time in an apartment building, somebody was poisoning the neighborhood strays.
Mm.
So she brought it into the house, into the apartment, and was making sure it didn't get poisoned. And they named her Mama Cat. Well, Mama Cat, um, it was fine. She was fine. She didn't care about a dog, cat. She did, everybody was cool. But if it was her family, but if a strange dog even walked on her sidewalk, she would attack the dog. She'd
Huh.
be sitting in the front yard, and Kelly, my daughter, had to put out when she lived down here in the Springs. She had to put up a sign called "Warning: Attack Cat." And the neighbors believed her after they. But as long as they weren't on her sidewalk, once they got to the neighbor's yard, she let them go.
Huh.
You're not on my property. That's fine. She figured anything out to the street was hers, and the sidewalk was between the street and her. And hello, that's my property.
Mine.
Yeah.
Mine space. This is mine space. Get out of mine
Yep.
space.
Yep. She'd be sitting there very innocent and everything, and a dog be walking on the sidewalk all of a sudden, on a leash, because they're supposed to be on a leash here in the Springs. And she would take after that dog. I saw a dog guy pick up what is it? It was a big white and I can't big white and fluffy. It's huge. Um, um, God, I can't think of the name of it. It
What's the big
was a
white
big
fluffy cat?
no dog, big
Oh.
huge white fluffy dog. Can't remember the name of the dog, the breed. And he picked that dog up because the cat was going to go after it, and the dog was scared. Oh God, I'm going. Oh, and this is a little bitty cat. She wasn't a big cat.
I'm marking a stitch line so I can punch holes in
No,
this.
it wasn't a husky. It was all white, and it must have been 2.5 to Oh, it was at least, no, it was probably close to 3 feet tall at the head. And it was all white and fluffy, big. And Samoyed? Yes. Yeah, I think it was a Samoyed. And this dog was not a lightweight. And he picked that damn dog up. It was funny. Kelly said, "Oh shit, the
Yep.
neighbors are going to hate me. The neighbors are going to hate her." So she put out a warning right near the sidewalk, two signs at the beginning of the sidewalk on each side of her property, and said, "Warning, attack cat." Oh God, the neighbors got a joke out of it. I said, "She's just protecting her property, you know."
We moved in when we lived in North Carolina. We moved into our house, and then our neighbor came over and asked us if we had a cat. And it's like, yeah, she's an indoor outdoor cat. And he goes, okay, that's the cat that's been coming on my property. She's been coming over to the house and she's going into the garage and walking across my car. And it's like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry, you know. And he's like, oh no, no problem. Because now that your cat's been coming around, the snakes don't come around no more.
Yeah. When Kelly lived here, our neighbors had a separate little garage and like efficiency on the side of the garage. And for some reason in the garage there was a rat because we have fruit trees down here and rats love fruit trees. And so you got to watch and curb your rat population. They had been having trying to get this rat that they had, could not get it. All of a sudden one day they open up their back door, there sits Mama Cat, the rat right on their step, and she's sitting there looking at him like, okay, problem solved.
You
And
can
she
eat.
gets up and walks away. They said, we love her. Don't you ever move. But Kelly said, we have to move eventually. We're only renting here. So,
Yeah, but our neighbor liked it because he had an antique car and he had snakes out there
oh, yeah, they'd get in the car. Oh, God.
because there were rats out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
so when our cat started basically eating
The rats.
the
The
rats,
snakes.
the snakes went away.
Yep. Yep. But she brought them a present and they just loved her to death because they got rid of that rat. Oh, it was so funny. He came over and told us. It was so sweet.
Okay, fine. Not gonna be perfect, but
Well, she didn't hate dogs, Diana. Her little mama cat did not hate dogs because she got along with Cookie and Blue great. But she didn't like anybody strange on her, strange critter on her property. Oh God, we're going crazy again. Oh.
it's long enough. Long enough, long enough, long
They
enough.
are just not used to. Stop the barking. I don't know. Haven't the slightest. Stop. I don't see anything. Nobody's at the door. I'm not worrying about it. Shut up, girls. God, enough to drive you insane. I swear. You're laughing and I'm going crazy. These dogs just aren't used to close quarters. They've got a whole huge, I mean, I can fit between their house and their road in front of their house
Mm-hmm.
is two of my lots lengthwise, you know. It's that their house is set that far back in.
Ah,
And so they got a long driveway. So the dogs aren't right up against the road. And they're going crazy because the road's right there, you know. I may be 30, 40 feet from the road. They're not used to this.
I'm laughing because I have 3 German Shepherds and a Min Pin in the house, and the neighbor has 4 dogs. Every time our dogs go out, there's a period of quiet, which means pee and poop happening, and then
Mm-hmm.
which is
Yep.
basically, "Hey, neighbor dog, I see you,"
Yep.
and they go back and forth
The
for
fourth.
hours on end, barking at each other.
Yep. It's enough to drive you insane sometimes.
So now I'm
And
going to see if my new cutting boards show up as being bought.
okay. Yeah, see it.
Nope. It does not tell me that it's been purchased. Interesting
Well, it
enough.
has. It has.
If I click on purchase, does it show it as purchased? Nope.
Huh. Now wait a minute. Before you go anywhere, I'm I won't be able to see the chat for a few minutes. Um I gotta go into Amazon and see if they got it on my purchased. On my orders, I mean. Oh God. Hit the right app, Marcia. Okay.
Yeah, the obviously the long desk does, and the one that MZ said the drawers say they were bought, but nothing else does.
Yeah, it's arriving Monday according to mine.
Okay.
And going to LadyToriJones, address hidden for privacy.
Not that you don't
2 of
know
them.
it.
Yeah. Oh, I hear yours now.
Uh-huh.
Or the neighbors. Take your choice.
Ours are talking to the neighbors.
Yeah, right.
We just ate a little bit ago, and now we're gonna go poop.
Okay.
That's what they're talking about.
It's saying Thursday is supposed to be your shelf, and Monday is your cutting boards.
Awesome.
So I've got a good credit. 2 cutting boards worth. Because I've already used up the other one.
And MZ has leftover from the 2 pieces that were purchased,
Yep.
plus the drawers.
Yep. Yep. See? Okay.
Yeah, on my
Now I gotta.
commission list, I got to put on my commission list. I'm going to put the board, the chess set board, the
Yeah.
extra board for the chess set.
Yeah, I
And
have to find
payment.
out from him.
Yeah, I need to see which ones I can actually do.
Right, and give me a list and I'll find out what he wants.
Yep.
Oh, Flutter's best friend likes rats too. Diana says she needs to find a picture of Sniffles and post it.
Finishing
Yeah,
this.
but not wild rats. Only if you get them from young would rats be good pets. Oh yes, they're very smart. I used to take Sniffles everywhere with me. She knew her name.
Check it out.
Yeah, Mama Kitty. Mama Kitty was more like a dog than a cat. You'd
When I
call her,
just
she'd come.
old-fashioned hat, huh?
One of those detective hats.
You could wear that hat. You could wear that style of hat.
I mean, I could.
I think that style of hat would look good on you.
I could.
That's the kind Scott wears.
Yeah, I know.
Scooter. That hat.
What was that hat he was wearing the other day that I saw a brief picture of him, and now he's on today's video with this big straw hat?
Oh, probably one so he didn't get sunburned.
Yeah. Sniffles like Pepsi, huh? Mm.
Our cats like cheese.
I had a parakeet that would talk, and my dad once was sitting at the family room table, and he had bourbon and water out in a drink, and the bird was out on the top of her cage. She saw something to drink. She flew over, took a drink of it, stood back up, shook her head like, whoa, and literally, I am not kidding you, dove into that glass.
Woo!
She would have been an alcoholic bird. I am not kidding you. My dad had to pull her out by the tail feathers. It was funny. She just lifted her head up, shook it a little bit, and then went boom right into the whole drink. Too bad they didn't have cell phones and stuff back then to have that on video. That would have been a riot. Because, I mean, she was. And when my dad said, he used to say, every now and then, he'd say, I want to have a drink and that bird's out. And I'd have to go put her up and close the door and lock it because she could get out if I didn't lock it.
You see, there's a benefit of us growing up in an era where there wasn't the cell phone videos and stuff because we have plausible deniability.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank God. Yep. Yeah, it was funny, Flutter. It was like, holy crap. I had to dry her off, and she wanted to go back to the bourbon. Yeah, hey, that had been an alcoholic bird for sure.
See, the plausible deniability means there's no video of a pregnant woman in a parking lot at a bar chasing a guy with a base, and she had a baseball bat.
Well, that, yeah.
And
Are we
her
trying to
threatening
say?
to break his kneecaps because he ran his hand up her dress when she was bent over.
Yeah. Are we trying to say something, Tori?
I'm not saying it happened. I'm not saying it didn't happen. What I'm saying is there's no evidence. This is the same guy that got to look at my gun, my pew pew.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Wait, for the same reason. I went out to my car. He walked up behind me, put his hand up my skirt while I was reaching in my purse to get some money because I didn't carry my purse in the bar. I carried some money in the bar. He walked up behind me and he put his hand up my skirt. I didn't know who the heck he was or what the heck his intentions were.
But
and
you
he was
didn't care for
introduced
it.
to a pew pew at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He backed off real quick. And when he met my sister and I look enough alike that, people know we're family type thing. Mm-hmm. He asked my sister if she was the one that carried her piece in her purse. She goes, no, I carry my piece in my pants. What are you talking about? And he told her what he was talking about. And she goes, oh, no, that's my sister. I worked at the bar at night. I was in college and I worked in the bar during the day and in the evenings. Friday and Saturday at night, but Sunday through Thursday, I worked the bar from 2 to 10, 2 in the afternoon until 10 at night. Fridays and Saturdays, I worked the bar from 2 to 10, and I cocktail waitressed from 10 until we closed the bar.
Yeah.
And it was it was a long week. It was one of those weekend nights because basically we would close the bar usually at 2.
Yep.
And then we would go to the bar that stayed open all night and have a few drinks. Because we were bone sober at 2 a.m. We were bone sober.
Everybody else is drunk and skunk and you're sober.
Yeah. And so we would go to the bars that closed at a later time and have a few drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got there and I was going to get me some cash out of the trunk because I kept my purse locked in my trunk.
Mm-hmm.
And I carried my pew pew in my purse because I worked the bar at night.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had to stop somewhere or got broke down somewhere, I needed to be able to protect myself.
Yep.
And this guy, rich kid's son, the son of the rich kid.
Yep.
And I say it that way because he didn't get his money from hard work.
Yeah.
He inherited his money. decided he could do this. And so, yeah, I showed him why not to put his hand up my skirt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I hurt his feelings.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diana said she would take showers under her water bottle. She would lay on her back and hit the water to get it on her and then rub it all over. That's so cute. I had a boyfriend that I did something really dangerous. I flushed a ton of drugs. I didn't know he was a drug dealer or sales or anything like that. I
Oop.
found him one day. I flushed him. He wasn't there. I flushed him. Now, we didn't live together. I was in his apartment. And because we had gone to the laundromat, did laundry. I was back, we were back, and I was putting laundry away. And he had to run out to get, I don't remember what it was. He was going to get something at the corner store. I found the drugs. I flushed them. I left everything the way it was. I grabbed my purse, got in my car, and took off. Well, I left the drawer open where I found the drugs. So he knew what the hell I did. And he was coming after me. Went to my girlfriend, who was a bartender. And I worked there now and then. When they needed help, she'd yell at me. And he walked in and he was going to beat the crap out of me because I flushed all the drugs. That's a bunch of money he owed somebody.
And girls in bars come with their own defense system.
Oh, she had a gun and a lead pipe. Okay. And she told him, because I told her what happened, and she didn't like drugs either. So she proceeded to say if he walks any further into the doorway, he's free game. And that meant every guy in the bar knew what I had done. And so they were going to protect me because they were all my friends. And she told him, "You're barred from here. You get out and don't ever come back in." And wound up that one of the guys in there was friends of, this was in Largo, Florida, was a friend of a Largo cop. And they told the Largo cop. And as we were leaving, they must have made a phone call. And as we were leaving that night after closing, there were some guys around us, make sure we got out okay and everything. And cop pulled up and said, "Don't worry about it. I'm escorting her home. And he's already been warned if he comes anywhere near her, he's, going to get arrested." So he says, "We don't have any proof. And it's her word against his."
Because someone
But
flushed it.
yeah, that someone flushed it. But, or that he didn't have it, or that he never had it. He's just mad at her. They had a fight. He says, "I don't care what the reason was. He's been told to stay away from me. Gets anywhere near her, he'll be under the bar. He'll be under the jail by morning." So he didn't bother me after that. I don't know what the hell he did with whoever he owed the money to. Don't care. Never saw him again.
Perfect timing.
Oh yeah. Oh, that looks so cool.
And it's simple. It is, I mean, I don't make them fancy. They're simple.
It's a purposeful thing. It's not a fancy thing. You never see it.
I threw that on the floor. Stick your stuff in here.
Yeah.
But the cool part is that when you don't have a sweatband sitting in there, you can just pop that in there.
Mm-hmm.
Hat. And the thing is like if you only have like a house key,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you can stick both of the house key and the wallet in there and
Yeah.
wear your hat and your hands free.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is.
Yep.
I do have to put the key ring on this. So I'll leave that. But
Yep.
for now, I am going through the things now because it is 9:30. Talk about time.
Yep. Perfect timing.
And in 30 minutes, you will catch us all over at
Ta-da!
Two Lees in a Pod, because on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Two Lees in a Pod goes live usually between 9:30 and 10. On Tuesdays, it is more social. We will catch up on the news, on the Hollywood gossip, maybe on some YouTube gossip. We talk about all the things. And sometimes on Tuesdays, they will have a game that we play. You never know. They could pull cards and tell
Whatever
whose
floats.
card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tuesdays kind of more open. Thursdays, they still cover some news, usually some chit chat at the beginning, news and stuff like that. And then they usually go into sales, rocks, crystals, gems, handmade jewelry, resin pieces, because Lisa makes a lot of resin pieces that she sells. And some really awesome stuff going on. We're over there all the time on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 9:30 and 10. On Wednesdays, which is tomorrow, you can catch some of us over at Elizabeth's Handmade Jewelry, where Elizabeth is selling jewelry. Kind of the name kind of says it there. She sells some pieces that she didn't make herself, but she sells handmade jewelry. But she also has a few resin pieces that she'll sell. And on the last Wednesday of the month, she has her dollar sale. So if you are so inclined, come on over. You can subscribe, give her a thumbs up, and sit there and chit chat. Even if you're not in the position to be purchasing, or she doesn't have anything you want to purchase at that time, you may go on one time and she may have several things you want. Another time she may not. It depends on what she has available. So we support her. And on Fridays at 7:30, we pop on over to Get Swamped, where Robbie and the guys will go over what's going on the farm. Any new acquisitions, such as a black and white and a red rough lemur. They're adorable. What buildings they're working on, or what plans they have going on. If they need help with anything. Lately, they've been trying to get donations to pay for the black and white 8-week-old lemur. He is adorable. We're trying to community fund the rest of the funds for him, to pay for him, to make him a community lemur.
Right.
And then he will also go over, if he was able to make it and get his mail, he will go over his mail and what he got from the mail that day or that week, and open mail and close your ears because he yells mail time. And then after that, Mimi's mom usually goes through and pulls questions and sends them to Robbie. And everybody will answer the questions from different viewers, some of which are not even in the room, or not the regulars that we see, but they still have questions, because that's how we learn, is asking questions. So if you have questions regarding Get Swamped, please don't hesitate to put it out there, because someone will pull your question and Robbie will give you an answer. And then after they do all that, they move into the other room where they sell rock, crystals, and gems. I've seen them everywhere from $5 to, I think the most expensive one was like $900 or $1,000.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It's a variety. You can find some real quality stuff on there. He has some very respectable suppliers. They've even been known to buy out a collection of someone who was deceased, or just deciding not to collect anymore. And so you can get some real cool stuff. Occasionally they'll throw in stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with rocks, crystals, or gems. And you'll have the opportunity to get that stuff as well. On occasion, on occasion, we can catch Stacy Northern Aurora Treasures going online selling stuff. She doesn't have a regular schedule because she has a regular job. And so when she can be online is dictated by her job and everything. But she sells some rocks, crystals, gems, handmade jewelry, jewelry from a company she used to work for. She does some beading work. I have a gorgeous beaded lanyard from her.
And 3D stuff.
And her husband does 3D printing stuff. And you can get some amazing 3D printed stuff from them. As a matter of fact, if you haven't seen it, I have a unicorn dragon. And he is long. And that's one of the things that I've gotten from her. I got my husband a winged dragon. My daughter has a bat dragon thingy. And, you know, it's like little things like that. Yes, that's my little llama. I have, you know, the little llama dude here. Got a little turtle from her. So, yeah, she does that. Flutter. And then with her, I'm getting ready to walk. With her, you will actually often find our own Flutter Yo.
Flutter, flut.
And Flutter posts videos herself, possibly walking around looking for rocks, such as lights, you know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. And other times you might find her fishing on a pier, in a kayak, in an ice shack, you know, does her fishing videos, and those are kind of cool. Sometimes she even does them live.
Every now and then she has a box opening video too.
Yep, and yeah, I think everybody does. The one that does the big box videos, because she's like the balls lady here, is Diana, and well, she has balls inbound right now, so keep an eye out there because she's going to have some balls coming in. But all of these channels, please go to them and like or subscribe to them, watch their videos and like their videos, comment on their videos. These are all cool people. I support them. They support me, which is kind of cool because, you know, that's how it should be. You support the people that support you. And we have a great time. And so now we have 22 minutes and we will be over at Two Leaves in a Pod. And again, if you're watching this video, if you are inclined to get a custom leather item from me, if you're into bespoke goods, if you buy things off of my wish list, which is tagged at the top of this video, and you put your name on said item so that I know, or you've communicated with me directly that you've ordered said item, I will give you credit towards a bespoke good for that amount, because I'm like cool and stuff like that. And prayers out to everyone. Special prayers out to those who really are in need right now, whether it be going through a hard time with your health, or just an emotional hard time, or a combination of all of the above. You're not alone. There's someone there that can hear you and see you and understand. So we are here and we are praying for you all. And I am going to bid you all farewell. See you at Two Leaves in a Pod. Bye for now.
Night, ladies and gents, or whoever.